What are we saying, people? What are we saying? We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of Doing the Most, which is the Premier League show. I will explain for those that don't know what the show is very, very shortly. Big up to everyone who's supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. Ryan will be here shortly. I think Victor's joining as well. But this show is all about you lot in the comment section. So, like I said, it is the Premier League show. So we look back at the weekend's games just gone. Obviously, there was midweek games as well. Include the Leicester City versus Everton game in that. So there's 5 different categories, people. 5 different categories, and we pick nominations for each category. So I'll ask you lot for nominations. Then we'll out of those nominations, we'll run a poll with 4 of the options, and then whoever wins the poll wins that category. So it is the most unforgettable goal, the most unpredicted result, the most unacceptable error, the most under the cosh manager, and the most untouchable manager, people. So most unforgettable goal is self-explanatory. Most unpredicted result, the same, explains itself. Most unacceptable error must have led to a goal for the opposition, people. Most under the cosh manager, again, it explains itself. And same with most untouchable manager, it also explains itself as well. Yeah, Victor, jump on, fam. Are you not still signed in? I'll send you the link. I thought you were still signed in. Big up to United for life. Big up Warrior J. Ashley Trini _GGMU says, hey, flawless, and everyone in the chat. United for life, we're going to get to that as well. Stephanie G says, big up, flawless, big up to you. Warrior J says, yes, people, you already know. Victor also saying, big up. Yeah, Victor, I'll send you the link now. Like I said, I thought you were signed in. That's why I didn't even send you the link. 1 second. Let me send you this link right now. Yeah, jump on then. Yeah, so I don't have to send you the link. Like I stated. But large up everyone that's locked in. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Please make sure you share this across all the socials. And on top of those 2 things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. The reason why the show is slightly earlier, because we are doing NBA watch along. So we'll be doing the Celtics versus the 76ers at 12:30 a.m. We'll probably tip off 22 or quarter two as well. Big up Wes, who says props to Flawless with the massive work rate, much appreciated. And big up to Prime as well, says, what's up, people? How's your Monday going? Hope everyone's having a blessed Monday as well. But we're here, we are in the building. So we'll start with, we won't start with the most unforgettable goal. We'll go with the most unpredicted result. That's it. So let me know, people in the chat, your most unpredicted results from these weekends games just gone. That's midweek as well. There was a lot of games. There was a hell of a lot of games this week. So I will run through them all. Give me 1 second. Legit just pulling it up now. Give me 1 second. There's a lot of football to be played. Hell of a lot. I didn't realize how much there was. Big up Victor, who is in the building as well. That's Victor. You telling me you good?
I'm good, man. I'm all good.
Yeah, man. Calm.
Right.
So, people, most unpredicted results, let me know in the chat, please. And like I said, I'll run through it. Big up to Eddie, says Brighton with the 6-0. Yeah, that is facts. Let me legit. As I was running through, I've legit for the past 45 minutes to an hour been like just watching all the football. So you had Wolves 2, Crystal Palace 0, Aston Villa 1, Fulham 0, Leeds 1, Leicester 1, Nottingham Forest 3, Brighton 1, Chelsea 0, Brentford 2, West Ham 1, Liverpool 2, Manchester City 4, Arsenal 1, Southampton 0, Bournemouth 1, Everton 1, Newcastle 4, Tottenham 2, Manchester United 2. And then on to the weekend just gone. Crystal Palace 4, West Ham 3, Brighton 6, Wolves 0, Brentford 2, Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester United 1, Aston Villa 0, Fulham 1, Manchester City 2, Bournemouth 4, Leeds United 1, Newcastle 3, Southampton 1, Liverpool 4, Tottenham 3, and then Leicester City 2, Everton 2. So of course, Brighton Wolves. I go to you, Victor. What results stand out for you? The obvious one is Brighton Wolves. Any others though, people in the chat, let me know. And then I forgot to add as well. If you super chat, whatever amount you super chat, that will be the winner of that category. So say for instance, someone puts most unpredicted result and it's Manchester City, it's Fulham 1, Manchester City 2, that will be the winner. But we'll still run the poll and still discuss it. But yeah, what stands out to you, Victor?
Personally, I'll say obviously Brighton Wolves, but Arsenal City because I didn't expect City to beat Arsenal like the way they did. I expected it to be a close game, but 4-1's ridiculous.
Okay.
Bournemouth,
Leeds.
Leeds. Even though Leeds are bad, like Bournemouth don't score that many goals for them to be conceding for in that manner. What else? Let me look at.
Have a look at the results. That's fine. Again, what you lot telling me? Yeah, Brighton 6. Give us more than the Brighton and Wolves games, though, people. I know it's gonna win, but still give us the other ones as well. You can give us more than one for one nomination because we run the poll and there's 4 run there. So I got Bournemouth 4, Leeds 1. You got Brighton 6, Wolves 0. I'll put Man City 4.
Oh, Forest 3, Brighton 1.
Yes, that's a great shout.
Yeah,
that's a great shout.
Forest beat Brighton 3-0, 3-1.
Yeah. That's good. The poll's out, people. Go vote on the poll. Yeah, you can keep going though, fam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Palace versus West Ham with a shout. Didn't expect that many goals. 4-3. That's a definitely good, honourable shout. The poll is out, people. So go make sure you go vote. We'll leave that up for the next 10 minutes or so. But that is definitely a shout. For me, looking at the results, that stand out to me. Let me have a look. Yeah, Nottingham Forest 3, Brighton 1, which was mentioned. City 4, Arsenal 1. That up really to me because I expected City. I did say 3-1 City. Newcastle 4, Everton 1. I expected Newcastle to win, but I didn't expect them to win by 4. I didn't expect them to score 4.
I'm not sure, man. Everton the crap.
Yeah, but I didn't expect Newcastle to go there and score 4. That's bad. Goodison. Like if it was at Newcastle, I'd I understand that. Yeah, Palace 4, West Ham 3. That's definitely there. Brighton 6, Wolves 0, of course, as well. The poll is out, people. Make sure you vote on the poll. Let's see what else. Bournemouth 4, Leeds 1, which we mentioned. And Liverpool 4, Tottenham 3. I didn't expect that either. I thought Liverpool would win. I never expected 4-3. Never expected 4-3.
I think if it was 3-3, I think it would have been like an argument. But because in the 4-3, we expected Liverpool to win anyway. That's why I didn't really. But we could still add that bit in it because it was closer than people thought. But again, I said it watching on both teams are not good.
Facts.
So any scoreline would not surprise me.
Yeah. Do you lot continue to vote on the poll? Continue to vote on the poll. Newcastle scoring for fun, yeah, but it is away from home. And yeah, they packed West Ham, but I still did not expect them to go Everton. Because as much as Everton are good, they don't concede a lot of goals like that.
No, they start conceding a lot of goals now. I don't know what's going on with the Shandaj team, but they concede a lot of goals now compared to an average Shandaj team. I think maybe because the defense is not that good.
Yeah. When you hit the nail on the head there. You lot continue to bump up the likes as well. We're in double figures as well. Get any Premier League questions. This is your time to get any Premier League questions in. Warrior J says, Flawless and Victor, who's your manager of the season? Who's your manager of the season so far? Who you got?
Everyone's going to say Arteta, but for me, personally, I'll go Eddie Howe. If we're talking just Premier League, I think Eddie Howe's
my this is solely Premier League. Why is it Eddie Howe to you? Why is it that Eddie Howe that you're like, yeah, you're over the edge?
I think he actually overseeded expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, everyone said maybe Newcastle finished top 8, top 6. Yeah, it doesn't help that Liverpool and Chelsea are not great, but what he's doing with that Newcastle side is insane. If you look at the midfield, apart from Bruno G, none of us would take our club. Joe Linton and Willock are not good, not great. He's winning 6-0 with Murray, or whatever his name, on the wing.
Murphy.
I think Murphy. Sorry, Murray. I think of Glenn Murray, not fucking Murphy. Yeah, Murphy on the wing, and Joe Linton and Fabian Schär. And even though Crayon Chip is a great right back, he's still not. It's still not where they could go to. And then Dan Burn left back. The team, technically, is not that good, but we're still able to get a tune out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Get a tune out of them, and then they probably could finish comfortably third, and that's over exceeding expectations, in my opinion. You can argue Arteta, but Eddie Howe has got this team over the line. Arteta's not got the team over the line. If they won the Premier League, Arteta undoubtedly will be manager of the season. But because they most likely wouldn't get over the line, I won't give Arteta. And then also Wes made a good point. They're relegation. They were fighting for relegation last season, and now they fight. And now they're comfortable top 4, battling third. that's an amazing achievement.
No, that's fast. That's fast. Ryan, what you saying? Welcome to the show as well. Who's your manager of the season so far?
Um, good shouts. There are good shouts. I think if Pep wins a treble, it'd be hard to kind of go get like because yeah, I actually think this is the season where Pep's kind of impressed me the most in a way, in a weird way, because they were kind of from kind of a tactical point of view, because they were kind of looking a bit kind of dodgy a few months ago. Do you get what I mean? We all
Yeah.
could see they weren't really looking the same, and I think that was more of a transitioning to playing with Haaland, a new system, etc. But he's made like tactical changes. He's um, playing John Stones in midfield, for example, when we're on the ball, kind of like how Klopp's doing with Trent in a way, and yeah, just how quickly he's adapted, kind of like I don't know. I just feel like this is the season for some reason where he's kind of impressed me the most. He keeps evolving, and like the fact he's on for a treble, and let's be real, there's a real chance he could do it. I think it would be hard to go past him, but obviously he's not won the treble yet in it. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
what I
probably
said in
I'm
particular so far.
I'm
You got
probably
to say.
gonna go Gary O'Neill
Talk about interesting. Why Gary O'Neill?
because I'll be real. Bournemouth sacking their managers. I mean Scott Parker, I think, wasn't it? After 4 games, after we beat them 9-0. I think they
Yeah.
got battered in a few games, and after that, I thought Bournemouth are just going to be like down like before, like like they wouldn't even be in a relegation battle. They'd just be that team in 20th or 19th who everyone knows is going down, and it's just a matter of time. Do you get what I mean? But
Mhm.
he's kept them up, and not only has he kept them up, he's kept them up like pretty comfortably as well. Like you would look at Bournemouth's team and say that should be survive. That's the Premier League, like kind of.
Yeah, what you saying?
I would never have expected Bournemouth to survive, but the fact is they're on 39. But I think aren't they level on points with Chelsea or something
Yeah,
like
they're
that?
level on points with Chelsea. Yeah, with the
Like,
Chelsea.
okay, fine, Chelsea are rubbish in it, but like at the end of the day, Bournemouth like they're gonna survive. They survive like very comfortably. I just never expected that. And Gary O'Neill, he's not experienced manager. He might even be his first managerial job. I'm not sure. Like, and the fact he's done this and kept that, let's be honest, a pretty bad but not a good Bournemouth squad comfortably in the league. I think I'd probably go for him, to be honest. I think it's pretty really impressive what he's done. To be real, I think
Yes,
Eddie. I think Emery's a shout. Eddie Howe as
Emery's
well.
division. I think those two are definitely
Arteta.
honorable mentions.
Arteta. I would have said a few weeks ago, but not anymore, man. I'll be real. And, like fair play to him. He has done really well this season. I'm not gonna like not put not knock him for that, but I don't know, man. I feel like those guys are more deserving of shout of it than Arteta, to be honest. Unless Arteta somehow wins the league from here, which he won't. So, like, yeah.
And you lot continue to get your questions in, continue to vote as well. Don't worry about that. I know to add to Wes, Pep didn't win a treble with Bayern. Currently, right now on the poll, we've got Bournemouth 4, Leeds 1 with 12%, Brighton 6, Wolves 0 with 56%, Manchester City 4, Arsenal 1 with 12%, and Nottingham Forest 3, Brighton 1 with 18%. So Brighton 6, Wolves 0 has won that, which I expected. In regards to who's my manager of the season, so far, yeah, I can't look past Eddie Howe. It's looking like they're going to finish top four. To me, it's Eddie Howe. Gary O'Neill is a great shot. What he's done with Bournemouth, exceptional, without doubt. What Emery's doing with Villa, also incredible. I like what Ten Hag's done at Manchester United. I also like what Arteta's done at Arsenal. But it's Eddie Howe. The fact that they could potentially finish third, like they win with a real shout of it, and
Yeah.
Champions League football is a very good season. And he's over because everyone would have said, all right, get Conference League or Europa League, then the season after, then you go Champions League. But you could have skipped a step and went right to Champions League. But let's bump up the likes, and that's why I say so far, because a lot can change in this final 5, 6, 7 games. We're only at 14 likes, you lot. There's still over 20 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 20 likes, people. Like check 1212. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and share across all the socials. I know I
Someone
started
said
with
in
the
the comments that
results.
because of my logic that I used for Gary O'Neill, it should be Roy Hodgson. But Roy Hodgson's only been in charge for like 5, 6 games. Like, let's be real. Gary O'Neill's been in charge since like August or September. Like, he's been in charge for the vast majority of pretty much all the season. So like, Roy Hodgson's only been in charge for like a month. So like, it's obviously going to be it's completely different situations at the end of the day. And plus, that Palace team should be surviving anyway. Let's be real with ourselves. Like, that Palace team should be going down with the likes of Zaha, Reze, Elise. Like, That should be going down. Bournemouth should be going down. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we're moving on. Most unforgettable goal, people. So most unforgettable goal is from this weekend's games just gone, or the midweek games as well. We'll go to you, Ryan. What goals stand out for you?
Alvarez, City,
Alvarez's goal was a bang.
fire goal.
Alvarez's goal was a bang.
Trying to think what else.
Alvarez's goal was a bang goal. It was.
The goals in our game weren't anything special, to be honest.
Nope.
He did. I'm trying to think. I kind of like Fulham's goal. I thought that was a good finish, from Vinicius, against City, the volley. I thought
It was
that
a
was
decent
quite
goal.
a good finish.
Honorable mention. It was decent. It was decent. Well, you lot
I
say
don't
it in
think
the chat.
it's in this category, but I think it deserves a little shout. I thought that was a good finish, to be honest.
Saying Gross's
You
goal.
can check Jefferson Lerma's first goal.
Oh, that was nice, a little curler. That was
Lerma's
Yeah.
goal was a goodie. I thought Wilson scored a banger. I thought Wilson's goal was very good. The one against
Second
Everton
one.
from the edge of the area.
Second one.
Yeah, the one from the
that
edge
was
of the
quite
area.
good, I think, yeah.
And you know what? For the assist, Murphy's goal, I thought that was very good just because of the assist. I thought it was a good goal. Man, I'm saying Gross's goal. Against who? Who was that against Warrior? Jim?
Oh, I think I remember that. That was nice. That was nice, to be fair, for Brighton against
What was
Wolves.
it? The one against. I'm trying to remember it. I was legit just watching through all the goals as well.
Yeah, the move was nice.
Yeah, Pascal. All right, we'll go with that then. We'll go with Gross's goal. I'm actually trying to remember off the top of my head. I legit can't.
Alvarez.
Yeah, I've got Alvarez's goal on there. All right. So we've got Alvarez, Wilson's against Everton.
Wait, are we
Alvarez-
including last week's midweek results?
Yes.
So, I think Cody Gakpo's goal was okay
It's a good
against
goal.
West Ham.
Honourable
De
mention.
Bruyne as well.
Yeah,
The first
honourable
goal.
mention.
De
First
Bruyne. I actually thought Holding's goal was a nice little finish.
Yeah, it was a good finish. Another good honourable mention. I don't think there was many exceptional goals.
Thing is, I would have
Yeah.
said maybe Paqueta against us, but when I deep it, I don't even think that was a great
Ah,
strike.
shit, I thought that was a banger actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, honourable mention. Polls out, people. The poll is out for the most unforgettable goal. Go vote. So Alvarez, his goal for Manchester City against Fulham. Callum Wilson's goal from the edge of the area against Everton. Murphy's goal in the same game.
we forgot the
The
easy
Isak.
one.
Go on.
Isak assist, for Newcastle.
That's what I said. Yeah, Murphy's goal.
Yeah, he added it. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Did you say that?
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah.
This is how much
Oh,
you pay
sorry.
attention. It's cool. And then Gross's goal as well, which has been mentioned. Yeah, Sancho's goal against Spurs again. There was a lot of honourable mentions.
I thought Rashford's goal was quite
vote
good.
people. Yeah, Rashford's goal was another. I thought Porro's goal was a decent finish as well.
That was a nice finish from Porro.
Oh yeah, against United. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
that
the
was a
best
decent
goals
finish.
came from midweek.
It was decent. I was looking at it. Like you said, you mentioned Paqueta's. I thought Paqueta's goal was good.
I
think that
didn't
was a
think
good
it
goal.
was that good.
Yeah, this was against you lot. That's why.
Now we won
Yeah.
in the end. I don't really care, but we won in the end. I don't care, man. I actually thought I love Alisson, but he looks a bit dodgy, that goal to me.
Nah, it's just a great strike, man.
It went me down the middle though.
Yeah, it's the power in which he was hit with. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
He struck it well, man.
I love Alisson, but I don't know. He's a bit dodgy to me, that goal.
But yeah, you lot vote on the poll,
I feel like
people.
he's been hating.
Continue to vote. Yeah, sure. That's the last thing you are, Ryan, as a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Why would I hate? We won the game. in
You're
the
as
end
much
anyway,
you're as much a hater as I am black. You know what I'm saying? But we move. Who are your top 3 teams to get relegated? Considering Chelsea can fall in there soon too. Now Chelsea won't get
not falling
relegated.
in no seriousness.
I think my 3. I think Bournemouth. Not Bournemouth. Sorry, Southampton. I think Everton, and I think Leeds. I think they're the 3 that go. What are you saying, Victor? We're the 3 that go for you.
I think the current 3 go down: Southampton, Everton, and Leeds. No, Southampton, Everton, and Forest. Especially if Leeds get Allardyce, then they might just.
Yeah, if they get Allardyce, they might.
Why? I think it's supposed to be getting Allardyce. I missed this.
Well,
Yeah.
they're considering Javi Gracia's future, and Allardyce is seen as like an obvious candidate, I think. So.
Wow, crazy. What are you saying, Ryan? Who's your 3?
Southampton definitely gone. This is where it gets a bit. I had a look at the table and the fixtures after the game tonight.
Mhm.
When I deep it, I think Forest kind of have the less shit running out of all of them. Like Forest need to beat Southampton next week. They need to beat Southampton next week. I think Leeds will go if they don't get Allardyce. At the moment, I'm gonna put Leeds in there because it's not like they've got Allardyce or anything yet.
So
So
you've
as
got
it stands,
Leeds, Southampton, and who's the other?
this is close. It's
Yeah.
close. I'm gonna say Forest. I reckon Everton might stay up in like the last day by like the skin of their teeth in it. I feel they needed to lose today. If they'd have lost today, I would have said Everton.
You lot continue to vote. So you've got Southampton, Forest, and who?
Leeds. But if
Leeds.
Allardyce goes to Leeds, that could change.
So all of us have Southampton. We all got Leeds. It's just that third one. It's gonna be a good running though, people. It's gonna be a good
that's
running.
the best part of the season. There's nothing else good in the season. Let's be title's done, top four's done. It's just the relegation battle.
Right, man. But yeah, it's a shame there isn't more games because seeing Chelsea in a relegation battle would be great.
That'd be hilarious.
Fellas, since I'm not old enough to remember that is 99 treble, do you agree with Rant saying the 08-09 team was better? It's definitely a debate to be had. Was it better? It's tough. I don't know. Is it better? Goalkeeper for goalkeeper, Van der Sar for Schmeichel. I think Van der Sar was better. Right back, Gary Neville, Wes Brown, Gary Neville. Left back, Irwin or Patrice Ever. That's just a straight up tie. If Stam and Rio were the two defenders, so that's like
equal.
That's equal. So that's I can't pick on the left back. So that's 4-4. Midfield, Scholes is in there, so it's Scholes. Keane over Carrick. I don't know, because you got Cole York. The attack was better because Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo was better than Cole York, Sheringham, Oli. So
there's different formations, so it's hard.
Yeah, it's different formation. It's tough. So yeah, the 08 team, the 08 team is slightly edges it. But if someone said 99, I'm like, cool.
I remember Gary Neville said that he thinks the 08 team was better than the 99. Obviously, he was there for both at the end of the day. So I'm not saying he's right or anything. But to be fair, with the Carrick Keane thing, I've heard United. I obviously didn't see Keane, but I've heard the odd few United fans say that they preferred Carrick over Keane.
Yeah, because there's people who didn't see Roy Keane.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone who's seen
I never saw Roy Keane. I saw Carrick. I never saw Roy Keane. So.
Yeah, there'd be people like that's someone like Murtaza that will say that who never watched Keane play.
What did you think of Carrick?
I didn't like him initially. I wasn't a fan of him when he was at United, and then when he left, as I got older, I was like, I appreciated what he was because he was different. He was something completely different, and as a midfielder, and I just didn't like that from a preference standpoint. Plus, Keane was one of my favorite players at that point, and he was
kind of the Keane
because he took his number. So I was kind of pissed about that, but
he took his number.
Yeah, I was livid, but he's quality still. Carrick, 100%. But if someone said the 08 team, I would give the edge to. I would say it's them. But if someone said 99, I'm not going to argue you down because you're talking world-class players in both sides, both top quality sides with quality operators and stuff. And bear in mind, you could say that the 08 team is better, but hey, the 99 side won one more trophy. So and they had a tough running as well. That 99 side. Look at that FA Cup running was ridiculous.
What was your Champions League running like in the 08 season?
Much more straightforward than the 99 one. The 99 one, they had the tough running.
Yeah, I've seen that run. That was bad, mad.
Tough running in the group of death and all that. But it's a whole different conversation.
Because then you played Barcelona in the semis of 08, didn't you?
Yeah. We did.
Scholes scored. I don't know who you played in quarters and last 16, to be fair. But back in 99, they didn't have a last 16, didn't they? Did they go straight to quarters?
Yeah, and we played in Milan with Doin.
You were quality then, yeah.
With Brazilian Ronaldo, people, the original. And then obviously Juventus with Zidane in the semi-final. And then that stacked by Munich side in the final. But yeah, qualities, man. Like PSG, I'm not even going to dispute either or. You know what I'm saying? And that, it's totally preference. Would this the United 99 side beat this current City? Because I'm clueless how we're going to do it in June. You can't compare because it's errors. It's
different errors.
Different formations. You have to be great at different things now. You're facing different opposition. It's so different. So it's hard to compare and take out players and put them in this era, or take players from this era and put them in that era. It is tough. Absolutely. The Southampton relegated get confirmed this week if they lose to Forest. I'm not sure. You'll have to do the math
I
on
don't
that
think
one.
it does.
You'll have to do the math.
Mate,
Hey, but
mate.
big up everyone that is currently tapped in. Continue to vote as well. It's looking like what's one here? Yeah, this is close. Alvarez at 50. Well, I've just voted myself. Wait, let me vote myself.
It's
There we go.
Alvarez or the Murphy goal from the Isaac
Yeah.
assist.
Well, Alvarez at 45%. Wilson at 0%. Really? 0%. And man curled it from that goal against Everton was a banger. The Murphy goal, obviously, the Isak assist, and then Gross is at 18%. All right, we'll move on from here, people. We'll move on from here. All right, let's see what else you're saying. Next one. This is always my favorite category. Most unacceptable error. Again, people, most unacceptable error. It must have led to a goal for the opposition. So it can't be centre back has it, gives it to the striker, and the striker skies it over the bar from 6 yards out. It must have led to a goal. Penalties included as well. So if somebody gives away a penalty and then the penalty is then scored, that can also be included in the category. I know Mora is going to be top, but we'll go to you, Victor. What are you saying?
Yeah, Mora,
Mm-hmm.
Romero for the penalty.
Yeah, Romero. I forgot about that.
Who else? You can put in Castagna for today.
Yeah, he gave away the pen. Yeah,
He gave away the pen. United.
Because you included last week's as well. I just realized.
Yeah,
United's
Souček
goal
versus
was
Palace. I
pretty
did see
straightforward.
Souček. Yeah, Souček's was bad.
Souček's such a bum, man.
Souček getting caught like that. And who was it? The goalkeeper for Palace, Johnston. He gave away he miscontrolled the ball and then fouled. I can't remember what the Wolves player was. He fouled, but that was bad as well.
Yeah.
Johnston.
Oh yeah, we were doing last week's feature.
Yeah, we're doing midweek as well.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of football. Yeah, I'm putting Johnston's in still. Then that's his name.
Didn't wait. I'd say
Wait,
I'll just put in Van Dijk just because he's pissing me off at the moment.
Yeah, you're a joker. You gave away the penalty today? Not today. I know it was Castagna. Was it Castagna today?
Castagna.
Castagna.
Yeah. That's
Can you add Aspie for an goal?
Can I put in Robertson for the first goal yesterday, just leaving Harry Kane in just complete space?
Yeah, but that's not unacceptable error. This is the bad.
Can we just put Robbo Van Dijk culprits for one goal? Like,
go on, you got to get this off your chest. Go and get to it, innit?
I'm just saying that goal just annoyed me, innit?
Go vote, people. Go vote. The poll is out. So we got Mora's goal. Mora's error.
I want to put Nunes in for the third goal for agenda purposes. For Richarlison's goal, just for agenda purposes.
Against Crystal Palace for West Ham. Johnston for the one against Wolves for West Ham as well. And then Castagna today.
Oh, can we put Emi Martinez in? Bozo, man, for that goal yesterday.
Why did Emi Martinez? You tried to push it around the side?
It was the most pathetic parry. You should have gathered that. That shot had no power on it, bro.
You see why this is my favorite category. Go on, Victor. Go on.
Yeah, it might look that way on TV, but like in real life, it might have just like the spin when I caught him off.
Bro, I saw someone blame the rain, man. I didn't know it was tied from AFTV, man. It was on them things. I saw someone blame the rain. You're saying it was wet or something.
Right, Mora got all 100% of the votes so far. Hey, you lot continues voting. There's been now 11 votes and Mora's 100%. You lot are terrible, man. You lot are terrible.
It was pretty obvious it was going to win.
Yeah, continue to vote though. You'd think that, but like when United got packed by Liverpool, that was surefire for
that Romero tackle for the penalty was stupid.
Yeah, Romero's honorable mention. You can only do 4 options. There's only 4 options.
We only need the Brighton Wolves game. I forgot the goals in that game because there was so many.
I watched it.
There was no penalty.
Yeah, Jose Sa, the last one.
He's a bozo keeper.
When Undav chipped it over him, that one was bad. That was also
shit,
bad.
Man, I'm telling you.
You don't like evil David De Gea. What's wrong with you?
Jose Sa, he's crap.
Peter's right. He does look like evil David De Gea. He looks like David De Gea's evil twin. He
Yeah,
does. Exactly. See, that's why you laughing. That's brilliant. Yo, shout out Peter. But he said it. I was like, yo, he does.
Evil David De Gea.
He looks like evil David
That's
De Gea.
funny. That's actually funny. Legit.
It is. Jose side, that was bad. You lot continue to bump up the likes. Don't forget though, people, if you super chat and you want to pick a winner, if you super chat, then that will be the winner. So if you super chatted right now and it wasn't someone on there, say you wanted to blame Nunes, for the Richarlison goal. And
That's
you
just a
super chatted
gender for me. But
Charles.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I'm just using that as an example, even though it's not on that. It's not on the poll. If someone super chatted and was like Nunes most unacceptable error, that would then be the winner. We'd still discuss it. We still run the poll, but that would be the winner. But yeah, Morris went away with this. I've never seen this before, where someone's got
That
100%
horrible
of the
was bad
votes.
though.
It was
Yeah,
real bad.
Your team's just equalised to come back from 3-0 down, and you just do that like 90 seconds later. That's ridiculous.
Like he's legit. Like there's literally now been 17 votes, and he's still at 100%. You know, some mean people. You know,
Such a bad mistake, bro.
it's bad, but right. No one thought Suchek. No one said Johnston.
I forgot
no
the
one said
Suchek
Castagna.
one.
Suchek's was bad. Getting caught like that on the like just in front of the edge of your own area. Johnston's was bad. Man miscontrolled the ball and then tackled the Wolves player. I can't remember who the Wolves attacked.
Can I shout out Henderson's mistake for the West Ham goal last week? I don't even
did he do
remember
wrong
how
for?
he did it. I just remember blaming him for the goal. So I just want to put him in there.
That's a gender.
Because I don't like him in it. So
To gender purposes, man. It's
I know. I
outrageous.
remember him blaming him for the goal. I just forgot how it was.
You're
I
a
need to
joke,
see
man.
it again.
Respect the greatest ever captain, man.
Shut up, man.
Yeah, you
Emlyn
need to-
Hughes, yeah.
You
calm.
need to respect your most successful Premier League.
I
captain.
respect Emlyn Hughes.
Emlyn Hughes didn't play in the Premier League.
Division 1, European Cups.
No, I'm saying Premier League.
Even
era,
Graham
mate.
Souness.
I'm saying he was the 80s, mate. I'm saying Premier League era. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah,
since
sure,
92
sure,
up until
man.
2023. Jordan
Yeah,
Henderson is
Henderson
your
is-
most successful
is.
captain.
Henderson
You know
should
what
be
I'm saying?
thankful to Klopp, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely,
Nah,
you
I
should.
I think Percy should be the other way around, man.
The
And
day Henderson leaves my club,
Henderson
bro,
start-
literally. The day Henderson leaves my club might feel as good as winning a trophy. I'm not even joking.
All right, okay. Whatever you say.
I feel the exact same way when Havertz leaves.
You're a joke, man. Wes says, while we wait for more votes to go in, because Mora's just running away with that. You lot continue to vote. I feel like taking my vote back and voting for someone else. Mora's legit got 100% of the votes. There's now over 25 votes, and he's at 100%. This has never happened in doing the most Sarcasm CTV history.
The man did someone randomly super chats now, and it's
Yeah,
somehow
so
guy gets 100% but still doesn't get it. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
someone go super chat and say, yeah, give it to Castagna or some shit. And as much as Arsenal have pretty much bottled the league, do you still think they have a chance?
Nah,
even
I
if it's
don't.
the smallest was? Nah.
No,
think
I
it's
don't. I think they
You don't
should.
bounce back from the manner. It's the manner, and it's numerous games. It's not just the Liverpool game. It's the West Ham game. It's the Southampton
I think it's
game.
not even
the-
focusing on Arsenal
it's the
too much.
game.
It's realizing who you're up against as well. Like you're not up against a joke team at the end of the day. Like,
Hey, big up
it's
someone
the
just
fact-
voted for Tuchek, man. Let's go.
it's the fact
Well,
there's too many kind of things that I don't see any hope for them in it. Like City are just on a roll. It's City. They've got too much experience and they're on fire. Arsenal are on bad form. They're showing a fragile, weak mentality that they've already bottled it. Arsenal have a harder run in. City can afford to drop points in like 2 games out of 5. There's no chance for Arsenal in it. Let's just get it in there.
Faz. What are you saying? What are you saying, Victor? You think it's done?
Yeah, it just look that way, but I don't know, man. I think the both teams are still dropping points somewhere, somehow. There might be that little bit of like hope and faith. Because I think City are playing too many games. At some point, they will drop points.
Hey, let's hope
So-
that them losing is in the Champions. You know what I'm saying?
Real
I
Madrid.
swear,
That's what we need.
I swear, if it was
Probably.
us that beats them, I'll be fuming. I'll be pissed.
You won't get anything away to City, fam.
No, I'm saying if it was
How
us
many
that
already
beat
you
them,
panned there like twice?
Yeah, 3 times. I mean, we get panned everywhere. I don't think it makes a difference.
It's true.
Klopp's hamstring was doing the most. Yeah, Black Diamond, you are right. You know what I'm saying? This guy, you're a joke, man. Ryan, are you happy with Diogo Jota's recent performances?
Yeah, look, he's proved me wrong at the moment. I wanted him sold a few weeks ago because he hadn't scored in over a year. He wasn't playing well. He was injury prone. But fair play to him. Like recently, he's stepped up. He definitely he's looking back to kind of his old self where he's scoring goals. Look, I know I'm not gonna get overall great performances from him, but to be fair, I don't think he should be playing on the left in it. That's the only thing I don't like. But I don't put that on him. I put it on Klopp in it. But I don't think he should be playing on the left. That's just me. But I think he's better down the middle. But he's scoring goals, and I'm happy with him. To be fair, I do think he's probably he's the best kind of poacher at the club. I'm not going to say finisher because that's kind of disrespectful and Salah in it. But he's kind of like in the box, you know. He's the best poacher there, like, and he's a threat from it. He's got kind of a very good variety of finishing there as well. So yeah, I'm happy with him, man. It was a great finish yesterday, weak foot, really good finish at that time of the game. So yeah, I'm really happy for him still. Yeah, needs to keep drinking the water, get more of a pink tongue, like my guy Kurdish says. So yeah, man. All right, basically, there's this thing, right? My guy Kurdish, he's on like Husam's channel. You see him on Spaces and stuff. Yeah, he's cool, really cool guy. Yeah, he's the one who organized the FSG out playing banners. You know, at the last two ones. So, and I remember he's saying like a month or two ago, when Jota was on poor form, that he's got a white tongue from what you can see in pictures, and what that indicates is a white tongue kind of indicates you got some sort of disease, like a genetic disease, or you're ill or something, or it means you haven't been drinking enough water in it. So Kurdish was like, if he's got a white tongue, surely the club would know about some sort of disease or something like that, and we'd know about it. So if it isn't, then it's probably he's not drinking enough water in it, and he's dehydrated or something. So Kurdish was like, oh, how is my like £45 million signing or something, however much it costs, like not drinking enough water in it. So like, yeah, it's just that, innit?
Yeah, it's okay. That is very wild, but yeah.
No, but he's right. Like that is one of the signs of a white tongue.
I don't be looking in a man's mouth. So
no,
yeah,
it's when he's celebrating. He sticks out his tongue for some of his celebrations. Like
still don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever do that on this channel.
Hey,
first
relax.
and foremost,
Relax.
I know you're a zesty brother, but you need to relax.
I didn't mean it like that.
Keep your no. We don't need no demonstration.
Oh,
keep your tongue in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to see that. No one ain't here. You know what I'm saying? You acting like you talking to a female, yo.
I actually need some water now.
Yeah. You go get some water. You need to go cool down, man. You thirsty brother, man. Go get some water, man. This guy in there, go. Let's see him cheesing up over there. This guy is, this guy freaky, you know, man. Still got his tongue.
Yeah.
Yo, freaky yourself, man. You need to relax, big man. You know what I'm saying? Guy getting excited.
Hey.
This guy going red, yo. We are saying this guy.
My master pie and mouse true.
That was shout out,
man. Yo, serious. Whoa, yeah, it's crazy. Need to relax, big man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
shout out Jota though, in all seriousness, doing what the £64 million donkey should be doing. But it's
hey, if there's any gal watching who like Ryan, his DMs is open. Yeah, go on. What are you saying?
They are.
Saying, Victor? Yeah, I'm letting them know. I'm literally there could be a female watching who's like, for whatever reason, I like Ryan. So yo, she should DM you. But go on. What are you saying, Victor?
Oh no, I said to use the £64 million players to the Minas.
You're breaking up. Say that again. Your mic went a bit funny.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. That's calm.
Yeah, I said who's the £64 million player talk about? Nunes.
Yeah.
This guy and his.
I'm so sick of that guy, innit? Legit.
Yeah, every time someone's wilding out, Prime
it's not
always
even
pops
that.
up.
It's not even he annoys me in it, but it's more his stands in it. His stands are
stands
so
are irritating.
Annoying.
Yeah.
His stands are so irritating, bro. They'll just defend him over anything, bro. And if you criticize him one little bit, they'll get on you, bro. It's annoying.
Every fan base has that. Literally, Havertz list on one.
He's I feel like he's the worst.
He won the Champions League.
I'm starting to prefer Henderson's stands over Nunes stands.
They're worse to you because they affect your team the most. Everyone thinks their stands are the worst.
I'm literally starting to prefer Henderson stands over Nunes stands.
Yeah, stands are annoying, trust me.
But most always it's more Nunes stands as well.
Yeah. Before we continue, just under 50 of you lot locked in. Let's bump up the likes. Like United Spurs of America said, like check 1 2 1 2. Let's get out the likes. Ryan definitely needs to go get some water in it. You know what I'm saying? But yes, best bump up the likes. Continue to share this across the socials. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. People, we're here every week. We're doing the most. And even when the Premier League season finishes, even though it's the Premier League show, we're just making a transfer show every Monday because I know there's going to be a lot going on and you'll get it same time as well. But yeah, we're only at 23 likes and there's over 50 of you lot in it. Let's get up to 40 likes, man. What are we doing? Why is it when saying happens, Flawless mentions me? Because Prime, anytime there's some wild shit going on, you always pop up out of the blue.
Prime
I know you're watching and
still.
supporting. Yeah, we know Prime crazy. You know what I'm saying? Anytime there's anything wild being saying, any scandalous behavior, normally from you or somebody else, Ryan will pop up. Not Ryan. Prime will pop up. But yeah, most unacceptable error. Yeah, Morris won.
All
Morris
right,
won that.
Daniel said that apparently Poch actually wants Mane. Bro,
Yeah.
Poch's talent IDs, right?
Yes.
What's wrong with this guy?
All right, let's go. Speaking of this, managers with poor talent ID, most under the cosh manager. So again, it's from this weekend's
Yes,
games
obviously.
just gone, people. This weekend's game, so it's legit. The weekend just gone, and midweek. It's not the entire season. So, for instance, say Pep had lost this week, he could be a potential candidate for this category. We're not saying Pep's going to lose his job because every week somebody pops up and says, "How have you put such and such in most under the cosh manager?" It's from this week's games just gone. That's why it says Premier League game week 33 doing the most. What are you saying, Ryan? Which managers? And let us know in the chat as well. Get your predictions in. Hit us with more than one suggestion as well, people. Go on.
I'm trying to think of a manager that maybe lost 2 games because obviously there was most teams played 2 games, obviously midweek and weekend.
Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds is a shout. Leeds is a very good shout. Actually, no,
What's his
Leeds
name?
drew in midweek though. To be fair to Leicester, so they didn't lose that
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
To be
yeah.
fair to them, but still, they are a shout. They are a shout. to be fair.
Fulham lost twice.
But they
Did
did
they?
lose to City and
Villa.
Was it Villa? Yeah.
That's
I'm
2
literally
good
got the
teams to be
results
fair,
up.
but still, like, yeah, you could put them in still.
Look here. Go on, keep having a think, fam.
I'd say Ryan Mason, but that was
tomorrow.
kind of a good comeback against United.
Yeah, Ryan Mason, I can't really criticize for
David Moyes.
Moyes is we saying Moisey?
I could say Moyes because he lost twice.
We're saying Moisey.
Can you
He
put
lost
Lampard
once and he lost to Palace.
No, we can't put Lampard in because actually Lampard's a shout because you lot lost to
Lampard is
Brentford.
a shout because he lost a whole to
Huh?
Bournemouth. I mean Brentford.
Hey, big up
sorry.
Indiana in the cut as well.
Big up
Right.
Indiana.
So I'm having a look here. Let's see who actually lost twice. Let's see. Who
Moyes
actually lost
did.
twice. Yeah, West Ham, but they lost at home to Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly. They lost at home to Liverpool. You've seen our away form this season.
And then
It's not exactly-
they lost on the road to Palace 4-3. What are we saying about Wolves?
Yo,
they beat
what was Wolves' result in midweek?
They beat Palace 2-0.
That's the thing, they won. So like, in midweek, I know they got pammed on the weekend, but still.
Arteta's got to be one still.
I would say so because
yeah,
going away in a big game like that and you get pammed.
We need to get this together. All right,
sure.
okay. All right.
Don't. I think you're thinking about Leeds. Big Sam's going to Leeds. Dash is at Everton.
Right,
I'd say Arteta, Lampard, Moyes.
Yeah. Okay. Who else we got?
I think Javi Garcia has to go in, man.
Yeah. Garcia's going in there.
Yeah, you have to go for him. First,
Is
when you deep it is because he got pammed this week to Bournemouth, and then if you're in a relegation scrap and you're playing a relegation rival at home, you've got to be winning still.
So
if you need the points, you've got to be beating Leicester at home.
Arteta, Moise,
and Garcia. Lampard deserves to go in as well.
Yeah.
He does deserve to go in.
Garcia or Gracia? I ask this question every week.
It's Gracia. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Right. The poll's out, people. The poll is out. So we got Gracia, we got Arteta, we got Moyes, we got Lampard. What about Ruben Sellers? Sam Allardyce. I just got to think I'm firmly in the frame for the Leeds job if Gracia is sacked. Hey, Big Sam, man. Let's roll it back. What about Ruben Sellers? Wolves won though. They won in midweek.
No, he's Southampton.
Oh, Southampton.
This Southampton.
That's Lopetegui still. Southampton, that's a shot, actually. That is a shot.
Yeah, but then they lost to a good Newcastle team away.
Yeah.
I don't know who they played last midweek, though.
I'll tell you now.
I don't know who they played in midweek.
Did
they even play?
I'll tell you now. 1 second. They did lose to Bournemouth. He's a shout still. They lost to Bournemouth.
Oh, he is a shout, you know.
And then they lost to Southampton. But anyway, you lot vote on the poll.
He might be a shout.
Vote on the poll. Currently, right now, Gracia at 40%, Arteta at 33%, Moyes at 7%, Super Frankie Lampard, Vibes Manager at 20%.
Yeah, I voted.
Yeah. Did you vote? Who did you vote for?
Who do you think?
Who did you vote for? And so, Indiana, obviously, you're new here. We're not saying that the manager is going to get sacked. Again, we're just running it off this weekend's games just gone. So who's the most under pressure in regards to results? So even if it was a manager near the bottom of the table, if they won twice, or say they won twice and drew away from home against the side above them, then they wouldn't be eligible. Of course, Lampard's not under any pressure. We know that. Same with Arteta. But just from this weekend's games just gone. Hey, continue to bump up the likes, people. Right, 26 likes, and there's over 50 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 40 likes, people. Let's get up to 40 likes before we close out and head over to the Twitch. Let's see what you lot are saying as well, because I know there's some questions. Flawless, have you been satisfied with Bruno's performances of recent? No, because he's just Bruno'd. He's just been inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? Word to Gattuso. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That's what it is. He was very good against Aston Villa. I thought he was very good the entire game. First half against Spurs, very good. Second half against Spurs, very bad. Brighton game, very bad. There was a game in between that he played, and I think he played well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's him. No, my biggest issue with Bruno is consistency. I keep saying this. At worst, you need to be a 7 out of 10. 6.5, 6 out of 10. But his bad games are really bad. And again, it's not just on him. It's not just him. It's the entire team. But we're talking about him in particular in this instance. This is my problem with the majority of the team. I've said for the longest, I pushed the majority of these players off a cliff. Hypothetically, people, not literally, because I don't think they're good enough. How come I can count on one hand the amount of bad performances Martinez has had this season? I can count on one hand the amount of bad performances Varane has had. Ironically, I can count on one hand the amount of bad performances that Wan-Bissaka's had, even though I don't think he's good enough. He's actually consistently been good. Against Spurs, that's the worst I've seen him play probably since before the World Cup. Casemiro's
Do you
had
think
a
you'll
dip in
sell
form,
him?
yes. No.
Because apparently you're giving Dalot a new contract, aren't you? And you'll probably get another right back in, so...
I can see Dalot being played as a left back and Shaw being a centre back.
Fair. That's fair.
Because one thing Dalot can do is he can invert on that side, which we've seen.
But then do you think you buy a left back as well?
No. I think it'll be Dalot Malacio. Don't get me wrong. I want to be wrong. I would rather us sign a left back, move on Dalot, and then sign a right back, and then have Malacio and Wan-Bissaka as the backups in those areas. But that's with me. Ten Hag might like Dalot because of what he offers, but I don't think we will. I'm saying.
Fair.
Yeah, of course, Indiana Cass definitely has had some shockers. But I can count on one hand the amount of shockers he has. Bruno's been having shockers the entire time he's been here. He's putting shocking performances. Cass's good performances are warranted Manchester United actually winning a trophy. If you take him out of our side, we don't win a trophy.
It's true.
Like he's putting it, I don't think we do. Same with Martinez, same with Varane. I put those. Even Rashford, someone I was critical of last season. He's helped us massively. So satisfied with Bruno's recent performances? No, and I don't think I ever will be. Because he's just not consistent. And his mental gymnastics with him all the time. Camille, you're here often enough on the Man in United podcast. You're here often enough, and when me and Bruno stands go back and forth, and I say, what does this man excel at?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you feel like at the moment Rashford is maybe getting slightly disrespected a bit by some Man United fans online? Because I see some people in United still like kind of hammering him a little bit on Twitter, you know. I just see some.
Yeah, I think that's just overboard. Like, has his recent form been like good like that? No, I thought he was good.
But then he's been your best attacker by far this season.
Yeah. That's why I'm more lenient towards his bad performances.
But I feel like people I don't know. I feel like there are some of your fans that just haven't. I understand kind of after last season because of how bad he was last season, but I feel like some of your fans still have like some sort of agenda on him still. Like I see them like I see some still like they'll diss Rashford, but they'll hype up Martial. Like the guy Martial can't even get on the pitch, fam. Like,
that's my problem. That's my problem.
Like, I do feel like some of your fans do have a kind of unfair.
Some people do, because some people are just not fans of his style.
It's an eye test thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and like it's cool. Like I'm not a big fan. Like actually, like I've already said, it's an athlete's game. So I like Rashford for that instance because I know he's going to have impact.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way the game's going. Do I like the fact that the game has gone that way? No. But it's an athlete's game in 2023. It's not technically sound. This is why the likes of, and I use him all the time, I use a João Felix as an example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that, like, and I don't, with João Felix, I had my reservations about him when we was linked with him in January. I rate him highly. He is super talented.
Yeah.
Super duper talented. No doubt about it. If you list his attributes, he's cold at a lot of things, like technically, like first touch, giving goals, skills, all this type of stuff. But it's an athlete's game, man. That's what it is. It is an athlete's game. I just don't think people understand what Bruno is. I think when they figure it out, they get comfortable with it. Too many holes in the squad, as I've been trying to tell you for the longest. And I've said the same thing, Indiana. I don't know why you give me this I told you so stuff when I'm in agreement with you. I've never once said to you or said to anybody that this squad is packed. The reason why you defend Bruno, I don't know, because he's not good enough. Despite there being holes in the squad, even if the squad was perfect, I'd still be sat here saying he's not good enough. I understand what Bruno is, not good enough. He doesn't excel at anything on the football. He's an attacking midfielder that all his best attributes are off the ball. Indiana, you're old enough. You remember Pat G Sung. That's what Bruno is. I'm not saying sell him, but is he good enough? No, he excels at nothing on the ball. So this other whole, and this is a prime example of what I'm talking about, people, when I was stating this earlier on Man United. And I said, when I was discussing Harry Kane, actually, and people was bringing up Martial. And I was like, why are people bringing up Martial when we're discussing Harry Kane? Let's talk about him. Because if I was sat here criticizing Haaland, people would talk about Haaland and what Haaland's good at and what he's done at City and goals and assists and all this type of stuff. So let's keep it on him. Let's keep talking about, like, yes, there's holes in the squad is way, way short. Way short. Bruno's a part of that because he's not good enough. And I said it for the longest. If Manchester United want to go and compete for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues, if he's in the starting lineup as our 10, he has to be the worst midfielder on the pitch. Like, he's not nowhere near the level of Casemiro. When I say that, people, I'm talking about, when I say nowhere near the level of Casemiro, I'm talking about as, like, not comparing the two. As good as Casemiro is as a 6, Bruno's nowhere near that as a 10. They're not in the same bracket. Bring me a Casemiro level at a 10, or Martinez or Varane level at a 10, or even a Rashford level at a 10, but Rashford this season. But yeah. Let's not pretend creativity is just the guy with the ball. You know what I'm saying? No, why is it not both, Indiana? Why did the rules change for him? Why is it okay to not be creative? It's okay to be creative off the ball, but not on the ball. Why can't it be both? All the great players, like I say, Indiana, we similar age, so we've seen like all the greats. We don't accept that from anyone else. Rooney was creative on the ball and off the ball, as was a Cristiano Ronaldo, as was many at Giggs, as was the list goes on. But again, people going to defend him and he's just not that good. I've never changed the rules for Bruno. I just don't think he's good enough. I tried to defend him at the start. I tried because I'm a Manchester United fan. And I was like, all right, let me watch you. And I was like, you're banging goals and assists, but what's the team winning? I have never changed the rules for Bruno. He's not good enough. I stand by what I said. He don't excel at anything on the football. Nothing is exceptional.
I saw you have a debate with shout out Ram about it on
and Ram's smart. Ram knew where I was going with it as soon as I said it.
I think when you comparing Maddison and Bruno, I think it was
Maddison and Bruno, and then we compared Modric to Bruno as well.
Modric?
Yeah. Not in terms of, so what it was, I asked Ram, I said,
oh, I remember now. When you know what I'm talking about. The passing.
Yeah. When people I say on a scale of 0 to 10, what is he 8 out of 10 or better at? And no one can ever tell me. Like me and Indiana are talking right here, and he's talking about legends and past and rules changing and all this stuff. Let's talk about him.
The things they say will be like off the ball stuff. Do you get what I mean?
It's all off the because he's Pat G Sung.
The Mason Mount thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I love Pat G Sung. Big fan of Pat G Sung. What he did for our team, cold. I still sing his songs to this day. Like, I rate Pat G Sung. People would hate some of our legends in the squad. That's some people. I don't. Because I seen our legends. I'm talking about Bruno not being good enough, which he's not. That's why the rules change. That's why it's always mental gymnastics. Rather than, just perform. If he performs, I shut up. But we move. Most under the Kosh manager, Grassi are 42%, Arteta 38%, Moyes 4%, Lampard 17%. All right, let's run through the last category as well. Most untouchable manager. Ryan, we'll go to you.
Pep. Gary O'Neill. I think he beat Southampton and then beat Leeds, so they're pretty much say so. Klopp, because he won 2 games as well. Beat West Ham and Tottenham. So I think he kind of deserves a shout as well. So I've got Pep, Gary O'Neill, Klopp. Who else? Zerbi lost in midweek, to be fair.
Yeah, he did.
It's lost to Forest, I think. Yeah, he was. Thomas Frank. He beat Chelsea and then beat Forest So yeah, I'd probably say those four. I can't really think of anyone else, to be honest with you. So I'd probably say those four.
So he's
Pep,
got Gary O'Neill, Klopp, of course. What are you saying, Victor? Untouchable
Pep
manager.
as well.
Good. That's how I was muted.
It's cool.
Yeah, Pep, Howe, Eddie Howe.
Oh yeah, Eddie Howe.
Shit, I don't forget Eddie Howe. That's a shout. Let us know in the chat, please, people. Let us know in the chat.
Gary O'Neill. People say deserve, but Deserby lost.
Derby lost to Forest.
Klopp as well. Klopp won all the races. Games. No, I can't say Steve Cooper. Steve Cooper, they lost.
They lost to Brentford.
So, I'll say Roy Hodgson, but he lost as well. Yeah, probably those four. Villa lost, didn't they? No,
yeah, Villa lost yesterday to United.
You can kind of put Ten Hag in,
but then he drew to Tottenham.
Yeah, we drew. Yeah, you drew. You know what I'm saying? We can't put Arteta in Indiana because he lost this week.
Yeah, Pep, Howe, Klopp, O'Neill, Gary O'Neill.
Yeah, I've got a Gary O'Neill. Yeah. We'll run it. Poll's out, people. Poll is out. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll probably go Pep, Howe, Klopp, O'Neill still.
Yeah,
I think Thomas Frank's a bit unlucky to miss out though.
Yeah, honourable mention. So you got Gary O'Neill, we've got Klopp, we've got Pep, you got Eddie Howe.
Oh yeah, Thomas Frank. Yeah, what you games in the box as well.
Yeah. So obviously Pep Guardiola for City winning, obviously against Arsenal and Fulham. Gary O'Neill, Bournemouth, they won against Southampton, and they beat Leeds, which is two relegation rivals. Klopp beating Liverpool, beating Spurs, and they beat West Ham, and then Eddie Howe because they beat Everton and they beat
Southampton.
Was it Southampton they beat?
Yeah.
Was it Southampton?
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, they beat Southampton. I was thinking Bournemouth played them, but Bournemouth played them in mid-weekend, and they played them on the weekend. Yeah.
I think I'd probably say Pep because it included a title, him against the title. Team is going head-to-head for the title, and they pammed him. I know Arsenal, but still pamming your title rivals like that is very impressive. So, I think Pep deserves it for me.
To Prime, who says, do you think Bruno's goal scoring is an 8 out of 10? You mean like his finishing? No, I don't think his finishing is an 8 out of 10 at all. And to Indiana, who says Prime has it, finishing is pressing, robust, available, creation, all that. They're all off the ball, apart from finishing. And his finishing is not elite. So what are we talking about? This is what I'm talking. This is why I asked specifically on the ball, what does this man excel at? A man said pressing, being robust, availability. None of that is on the ball. All good. Don't get me wrong. Not disputing that. I've said it. All his best attributes are off the ball. Yeah. All his best attributes are off the ball. Don't doubt that for a second, but I need off the ball attributes as well as on the ball attributes. I don't know why the rules changed for him. The rules changed for him, sorry. No, I don't think his finishing is. I think it's a 7, but we disagree. That's the Indiana. What was wild was you saying if you're Ollie out, your Glaze is in. That was also wild. So here we are. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, we could easily do that. No, I don't think he's an elite finisher. No, I think he's a very good finisher, though. I don't think he's elite, but I think he's a very, very good finisher. 100%. I think he's like a 7, 7.5. Hey, big up Daniel, man. Appreciate it. There's someone different for a change, Gary O'Neill. I think Gary O'Neill going to win anyway. So currently, people, how this works now, unless someone super chats of the same amount or super chats more, Gary O'Neill will win the poll. But I think he should win the poll anyway. Yeah, I think they've had a tremendous week. But currently, right now, Gary O'Neill 27%, Klopp 0%, Pep 47%, Howe 27%. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Said no, it's a 7. Nah, I think it's a 7. I do think it's a 7, 7.5. What I'm saying, like it is. You also thought Ollie was a good manager, so here we are, innit? We can agree to disagree on things. That's cool.
You thought Ollie was a good manager?
Indiana. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember those times.
I said Bruno straps the ball very well. Bruno and Scott are our best finishers. Cool. Like I said, innit? You think Bruno? I don't think he's an elite finisher. I think he's very good. I think he's a 7.5 out of 10. I don't think he's a Mo Salah at finishing. No, I don't think he's a Benzema at finishing. Nah, I don't think he's a Haaland at finishing. That's who I call elite. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not 8, 7.5 at best.
I wouldn't say Mo Salah's an elite finisher. I think he's a very good finisher.
On a scale of 0 to 10, what would you say he is?
8.5. Round about.
Yeah, I put that. That
Do you
sells
stick?
to me.
All right, fair. You should put that as
Yeah,
elite.
I put that as an 8.5.
I
I think
class
that's fair.
elite as Haaland, Kane. They're the sorts that I class.
Yeah,
They're the
Kane
10
like
out
a
of 10.
Kane like a 9, 10. Like he's
Nine
in
and
that
a half,
region.
10, both of
You
them.
don't
Yeah.
reach that. That's my point. Is I don't think Bruno's a better finisher than Salah, and I
No,
don't
he's
put
not.
Salah.
He's
And I
not.
don't put Salah at a 9 or a 10. You know what
I
I'm saying?
say Salah maximum is
Mhm.
8.5.
It's like we
But he's
moving
just
that.
an elite. He's an elite goal scorer. I'll say that. You don't need to be an elite finisher to be an elite goal scorer. You get what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
Not facts. 100%. You damn right. 100%. Never said Ollie was a great manager, but one of us blamed him for all the problems and now blaming the player. I never blamed him for all the problems. So you can't be talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And that, like I never did that. I'm saying I thought he should have got more out of them, yes. He should have got more out of the squad and the players he had. Number 11 but you know, don't really want to wax lyrical about him. He had Pogba. Who else was in there? McTominay was underknown, but you know, we move. Ollie overachieved with the squad. You said, and I quote, any other manager wins with the squad. Yes, wins something, yes. I agree with that. Never said the Premier League, but any other manager wins something with that squad, yes. A Carabao Cup,
They definitely win that
FA
Europa
Cup,
League final.
a Europa League, that's all. Never said Premier
That
League.
Europa League final for sure.
Never said Premier League. So I never blamed her. So again, quote me if you're going to quote me right. Wait, Flawless, you don't rate Park highly. Who? Jason Park? Nah, I rate him. He's a very good player. Very, very effective squad player at times. But if you want to say Ollie overachieved with that squad, cool, I disagree. That squad should have won a trophy. Not a major trophy, but should have won a trophy. They're good enough to win a League Cup, a FA Cup, a Europa League.
Didn't
Just
Leicester
me.
win the FA Cup that season or something?
My point.
I'm sure they
You know what
knocked
I'm
out
saying?
you, man.
You know what I'm saying? No, so we move.
they
No,
did
so many
made us
gals
on
from
the final.
Flawless Stop. I know exactly what you said in the context. So you know better than me then. You know what I'm saying? It's not no get outs. It's just the fact that I'm clean with what I say. I'm saying you defended that man. I didn't. And now that man can't get a job in Europe. But here we are. But yet you're here still defending him. Same way you're here still defending Bruno. And then when Bruno leaves or we don't win anything or Bruno's not the top player when we win something, which he's not because he's currently not one of our better players and hasn't been this season and we won something, you know, but we move. Just saying. Ain't no so many get outs. You know what I'm saying? You stop. You backed Ollie. You backed him. Not me. You know what I'm saying? Just admit you was wrong and then that's that. But mine just can't admit he was wrong. I'll admit I was wrong on some of the players. Definitely on some of the players. 100%.
Nah, Diamond, Indiana's a cool guy, man. I get on board with Indiana.
Nah, he's not Indiana, my guy, but he always tries this. You know what I'm saying? And that. You was in, man. Of course it was. Yo, it's Anna. You wanna state quotes, Indiana. I still quote. If you're Ollie in, your Glazers out. No, if you're Ollie out, your Glazers in. That was it. That's your quote. You know what I'm saying? If you're Ollie out, your Glazers in. So I was still Ollie out, my Glazers in. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We was good enough to win something with that squad. If you want to believe you overachieved, cool. I still stand on what I said. You should have won something with that squad. Never said the Premier League. Find me that clip. Never said he should win the Premier League. I did say that we should have competed for it though. That was an overestimation on my part. I did overestimate these players 110%. And I still blame the players because now I have a bigger sample size. Bear in mind, some of these players weren't around at the time. There was no Varans, there was no Martinez's. What are we talking about? No Casemiro. Rashford was a shit show, which is partly on Rashford, partly on the manager.
Didn't all the overplay him or something?
It's not like that, but that's on both of them.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, that's on both.
No, I didn't struggle to understand. You just didn't want to stand on it. You know what I'm saying, Indiana? That's my opinion on it. But like I said in it, like I don't get the whole if you're Ollie out, your Glazers in. That's something I can never get my head around because I don't think the two are combined. But we move. What players did I blame that are still there now?
Okay.
I wait for a sample size. Currently, Gary O'Neill won this anyway. Big up for the super chat. Okay, I struggled. Cool, Indiana, whatever you say. But yeah, you lot continue to bump up the likes, continue to subscribe to the channel. We are going live on the Twitch. I know the NBA game has probably started already, but we move. 7-6. I keep saying, it is. Why don't I keep saying 7-6 first? Not even Nets. And I keep saying Nets 7-6. That was the last series. The Celtics versus the 7-6. I know that has tipped off already. A big up to all you lot. PSG is different times, is different players, and like I said, did I overestimate some of the players? Yes, but I still stand on everything I said about the manager. Still stand on everything I said.
Wait, can I rant about some of my?
Yeah, go on, get off your chest.
Because I was
Yeah.
gonna say yesterday in Q&A, but we were just like slandering Kane, innit? You know, some of these fans, yeah. I'm not even saying top Reds in this either. It's not even top Reds. It's these whingers, man, in our fan base. You know, it's like I feel kind of bad for Klopp at the moment because I feel like he can't really win with some of these fans because like. So he's changed system recently, in it, since the Arsenal game. And let's be real, it's worked pretty well. We've won 4 in a row. We should have won that Arsenal game as well, to be honest. But we won 4. We're playing probably the best we've played this season. We all know we all know it's not perfect. We all know we still got we still need to upgrade in certain positions. We need to upgrade the midfield. We need another centre back, in my opinion, as well. And then I think this system can kind of cook but all I see with some of these fans is, oh, I don't think this system is good for us. I don't think we can play it. But then these man, yeah, they annoy me because when Klopp was persisting with the old system that was, let's be real, shit this season, stale, and he was stubborn and he wasn't changing it. All you heard was, oh, Klopp's not changing it. He's too stubborn. Why is he not changing it? But then when he changed it, it's actually working because we're winning games and playing the best we played all season. Oh, this system can't work. Honestly, like these whingers, man, they just annoy. They'll try and find any little thing wrong, you know. They'll see one thing happen, they'll be like, oh, this system can't work. It can't work. Brother, listen, yeah. We all know we need upgrades. We all know we're gonna buy players in the summer. And let's be real, they're learning a new system in the middle of a season. Well, not middle, but we're still during the season. They're learning a new system. There are players there that are learning new positions, learning new different roles. Trent, for example, who's playing really well. Robertson's learning a new role, even though I still got my doubts over whether he can be good enough for that, to be honest, because I don't think his playing out from the back is that good. Canate, Virgil, you know that these men are learning new roles at the end of the day. Like it's gonna take time, man. They're learning a new system. Like there's obviously gonna be hiccups with it, but then with every system we try and play, yeah, there's always going to be pros and cons to it, man. Like that's the thing. If we play 3 at the back, which I know a lot of people have suggested, guess what? There'll be pros and cons with that. You know, we'll be playing probably with 2 in midfield, and you'll have some of these fans saying, "Oh, we're playing 2 in midfield. What about when we come up against City? We'll be outnumbered. They'll batter us. They'll just find a way to whinge about everything, bro. It annoys me, man. Legit. It's like Klopp can't do anything right. Legit. I know Klopp's had a bad season, but bro, one time he's actually changed it, which you guys wanted, and it's kind of working. You're still complaining. These man just annoy me, bro. Legit. Look, this system, I don't know whether Klopp is gonna continue with this long term next season. I don't know. I hope he does actually, but we just need an upgrade in certain positions. We need an upgrade in the midfielders and another centre back. And I do genuinely think this system can cook. But bro, like, there's obviously it's not going to be perfect at the moment. But then no system is for us because we need players either way. The squad isn't good enough. We all know it. Like, these fans just annoy me, man. Like, they'll just find a way to whinge about everything. Legit.
No, facts. And to say, yeah, Ollie was a problem, but was wasted energy. Ollie out. The owners would have both of them were the problems. So that's why I wanted them both gone. You was more interested in one than the other. Glazers have been a problem before Ollie and after Ollie. No one's ever disputed that. That's a red herring. I've never heard anyone say the Glazers are not a problem. Everybody admits the Glazers are a problem. But Ollie was a problem. Same way some of these players were a problem back then and are still a problem now. What are we doing here? And a lot of the problems have gone as well. And a lot of the problems have been eradicated because he's not here. Because a lot of the mess we're in is because of him. Like, what are we doing here? A lot of it, not solely on him, but a lot of it, yes. As some of it is on Van Gaal and some of it's on Mourinho and Moyes and Fergie. It's collective. But this whole thing about it was wasted energy, I disagree with. Because we got rid of him and now we're in a better state because he's gone. It could have went wrong, though, because the manager after him might have been bad. But one thing I know about Ten Hag, don't know how good he is. I know he's miles better than Ollie. That's why that man can't get a job. So to say it was wasted energy, I disagree with completely. And I stand by everything, not everything I said, most things everything you've mentioned, Indiana, that I said back then, I stand by. You know what I'm saying? No, every day, no, it was wasted energy. Every day was Ollie out. No, it wasn't wasted energy. No, it wasn't. Not for me. Maybe from others, not for me. I'm glad he's gone. I've been protesting that, but the fan base ain't serious about getting the Glazers out. And you know this, Indiana. The fan base is not serious, not you. I'm saying in general. The fan base is not united, no pun intended, to go and get that, to get them out. They're not. So what are we doing here? So yes, Oli was a problem. It had to be gone. It wasn't wasted energy because I'm glad that guy's out of the football club. Do I believe I contributed to it? No. Oh yeah. So that's what it
Can I
is. Like
ask a
man said,
question,
it's
by the
gone.
Daniel, the new actually, if you the Daniel, the new system is basically when we're in possession, he builds up with a new form. So he builds up with a 3-2-2-3, kind of like how City and Arsenal do it. So it'll be a back three of Robertson, Verge, Canate, double pivot of Trent and Fabinho. So Trent moves inverted when we're in possession. Then at the moment, it's like maybe a Jones, unfortunately, Henderson in front of that, and then the front three. Like, it's working for us at the end of the day at the moment. Like, yeah, it's not perfect, but then I don't think any system would be with the players we have at the moment. In terms of, I think Warrior asked what was going through your head when Klopp played it against Arsenal the first time. It was surprised because it was a surprise because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect Klopp to change the formation like that, but he did, and fair play because at least he's changed. And then yeah, like I think LFC for the double agreed with me. It's like people just want to complain that we are bad right now. I just need to give Klopp time to make adjustments. Yeah, like Klopp's actually changed it and it's working. But I understand these fans are the ones who can't. So, some of them want Klopp out, some of them don't in it. But the ones who want Klopp out, like bro, I understand why we have fans who are Klopp out because guess what? I was Klopp out a few months ago, innit? So I understand why they are. I've got no problem with that. It's the fact that you'll refuse to give him credit. You'll refuse to give him credit when he deserves it. Do you get what I mean? Like he deserves credit for the last few games because he's changed it and it's worked to an extent. So he deserves credit, but they'll refuse to give it him. Instead, highlighting things that could be wrong with the system instead. So like the reason why I'm still behind Klopp as well, one of the reasons is because we've got a manager in charge at the end of the day who, yeah, he's had a bad season, but if we were to sack him tomorrow, he'd have a list of top clubs queuing up to try and take him at the end of the day. Like, there's no rival fans can have their agendas and Klopp up as much as they want. We all know if he was to get sacked, loads of top clubs are taking him. Like, let's be real with ourselves. So that's the manager we have. So I'm saying give him a chance next season, and if he doesn't deliver next season, then sack him. But I don't think he deserves. I think he deserves another season in it at the end of the day.
Yeah, first, I hear your standpoint on that. Of course, it was. No, it wasn't. Wait, are you talking about wasted energy, Indiana? All right, we'll have to agree to disagree. I think having a manager. I think my having a manager, but who's bad at his job at your football club is terrible. So I'm glad he's won. I'm
Yeah, I
happy
need
we've
to dip
upgraded.
now anyway.
Yeah,
But big
bless
up.
up, love every time, Ryan. In it, I'm
Yeah,
happy
big up.
we've upgraded. Yeah, I'm happy we've upgraded too. I'll upgrade on Ten Hag if we can. Any play agreed. Again, in full agreement. You're stating stuff that we both agree with and everybody agrees with. Who would not want to improve on any player or any manager at their football club? I'm lost as to what that statement is. And I agree, yeah, Poch will do well at Chelsea. I think he'll do well, 100%. But I stand by everything I said during that early period. Not everything, everything you've mentioned actually, I should say, Indiana, and the vast majority. Blame the employer, the striker who wanted Haaland, wanted Trips, got told it's Ronaldo, one by who the manager was, the way it was ran, and it still ran badly now. You think Ten Hag asked for Sabitzer and Vetkos? Nah. Work with what you've got. Is he in the best predicament? No. I agree with that, but he's still terrible, so he had to go. And like I keep stating, that's why he can't get a job now. So I don't know what we're talking about. Who does not blame the employer? Everybody blames the Glazers. But I also blame him. Same way Chelsea fans are mad at Todd B, but they'll also blame Lampard for doing a bad job. I'm not giving you a blight because you're in a bad environment. I'm sorry. Lindelof has been good recently. I'll give him his plaudits. He's impressed me. So's Luke Shaw. As Madison, I won't even say that's a problem. He was a yes man. He's just not. I think that's being too harsh. I just don't think he's very good. Simple as that. I just don't think he's very good. I just don't think he was up to the job. People, we won't be doing 7-6s. Seven. I don't know why I keep saying it the other way around. We won't be doing Celtic 7-6s, but you will get Nugget Suns 110%. Let me close down this poll as well, just because the shows ran over. That's all. And again, any further questions in people, and before we close out, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Big up Montana as well. We would have never gotten Ten Hag without Oli, though. It really had to get bad for something to actually happen behind the scenes. Positives. Happy accident, Emma. I hear you, though. Oh, yeah, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well, people. But I'm just happy that we have Ten Hag now. How good Ten Hag is, I don't know. I'm not sure, like in terms of the top. But I've been impressed with this sample size. But a year from now, 2 years now, I could be talking completely different. Same way with a lot of them players, like man mentioned Maguire in that. When we got Maguire initially, I was happy about it. know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, good centre back. Like, this gonna be good. McTominay, I thought we could get more out of. I'm saying Fred's another one. Wan-Bissaka surprisingly has been a pleasant surprise to me. Luke Shaw is the centre back, pleasant surprise. He was never the answer. I've always said. Who was never the answer? I'm lost, Indiana. Who was never the answer? What was the question? Who was it? Flat Diamond, relax, man. Relax, Flat Diamond, man. Relax. I know Indiana, we've had many debates, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Bear in mind, we cool, we stream together. I've been on his channel, he's been on here, we spoke outside of this. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? In regards to this Ollie thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know it. Like, I don't know. Certain players like he likes Bruno though, so it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? He likes Raleigh, he makes it Bruno. He likes Bruno. I don't know why. I don't get it. I used to think Bruno was good. Say again.
I think it's quite obvious.
What Bruno? What is it off the ball stuff? I
Yeah,
just love the
top red, isn't it? Top red.
Nah, but Indiana ain't even a top red though. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll criticize a McTominay, for instance. You don't like a McTominay. You don't like a Dan James. Like, yeah, so it's not that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. Nah, the facts of that. Yeah, go on, Victor. Go on.
I think your fan base and my fan base have the exact same problem. Whereas with Mason Mount, like, yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
But like, if you try and compare him to those levels, and you can say it's not good, they don't like to hear it because it's actually not that good.
Yeah, that's why Ram touched on it when I was talking with Ram about what Bruno excels at and stuff like that. Now, you don't love the fact, because it definitely were facts about being, if you're what's it called, if what's the word I'm looking for, if you're Ollie and your Glazers out, that's definitely wasn't the case. That was not a fact. That's a lie. I would tell any of these players for an upgrade. I believe you. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. You know what I'm saying? 110%. We just rate different players. Like when we was going back and forth about Bruno, Bruno should not be a start. If he's here as a squad player, cool. But he should not be starting week in, week out. If we're to where we want to go to. Do we have other holes in the squad? I agree with you. Yes, we do. But he is a problem. Is he a major problem? No. But is he a problem? Yes, because he plays down the spine of the team. Same way I think the striker's a problem. I think the central midfield spot behind him is a problem next to Casemiro. And I think the goalkeeper's a problem. That's right down the spine of the team. So yes, I think he's a problem. If we get top 4 and win the FA Cup, overachieve this season, need new owners to get new players and compete in the Premier League and Champions League next season. I agree with you, Peter G. I agree. Like, see, that's serious overachievement. Not this Ollie nonsense of finishing second and winning nothing. Like, that's, all right, he overachieved and we won nothing. So that's a bad sign. If you overachieve and win nothing, that is a terrible sign. It's because you asked if he was an 8. I said finishing, and it is, by the way. No, it's a 7.5. That's how it starts. Yeah, because I think like it is a 7. I said 7.5 at best. But for argument's sake, let's say you're correct, Indiana. He excels at that one thing. Then what else does he excel at on the ball? So I give you the finishing. Let's say, even though I disagree with it and I can disprove it, that's a whole long next conversation we don't need to get into. On the football, with the ball at his feet, what does he excel at? On a scale of 0 to 10, what is it? 8 out of 10? 8 out of 10 or more. Right? So I give you. Okay, so his vision's what, Indiana? On a scale of 0 to 10. Give me a number. So happy to hear we're looking at Madders even though he missed the penalty. That's my guy. Vision. On a scale, give me the number though, Indiana. That's what I want to hear. Yeah, striker and central midfielders to us a priority one. It might be different to Ten Hag, but I hear your point. No. Reading the game is not on the ball trait. That's an off the ball trait. That's mental. That's not on the ball. Can you give me a number, please, Indiana? You said vision, so I want to go with that. His vision on the ball. So I'm saying his vision in terms of passing. So on a scale of 0 to 10, what is he? I need a number. Can have vision but can't execute the passes? I don't even know how do you even quantify vision? All right, vision is a 9. Execution of passes is different. So his vision is a 9. So Yes. So we're not saying. See, this is what I'm talking about. So you don't even. That's not even an on the ball trait. What are we doing? Because you're saying his executions of passing is different. See, this is when you start breaking it down and you don't. So what's his passing? Man said vision, but he can't pass. That's like a cold car with 3 wheels. What use is it? What are we doing? Vision. What are we doing, man? He sees things quicker than others. Cool. So his vision is a 9, but he can't You just said it there. Execution of passes is different, and I know you don't mean different in terms of what's the word I'm looking for? In terms of that means he's different gravy or he's a different level. No, his passing is not that good. This is my point. Vision a 9. We all know his vision is not a 9. I'm saying I will upgrade on Ericsson, and Ericsson's vision's better, and I want to upgrade on him. I've spoken on this. Anyone who's watched me over this season has heard me wax lyrical about Ericsson, but in the same breath say, yeah, I will upgrade on him. See, on the ball, man. Give me this man's on the ball attributes, please. What is on the ball attributes that he excels at? Please. See what I'm talking about? Because if we start talking about other ballers, man are naming 4 or 5 things quick. But with this guy, nothing. I've been asking this question for a year and a half now. Vision is just his ideas. Yeah, I got great vision on a football pitch. Well, can I execute it? Hell no. No. I'm the best short passer over 5-10 yards. Exactly. But here we are again. I'm being balanced about individual you don't like, and you want to say I'm blindly defending. No, I asked you a question. You said it. You said his vision is 9, but his executing, his passing is different. So I'm asking you, can you please make it clear? Shooting, we've already agreed on that. So move on. We're going round the houses and back now. This is what I'm talking. Bruno S. Madison. This is who we're talking about. This is what I'm talking. Anytime man talks with Bruno stands or Bruno fans, I even called Indiana a fan, but I'm just using that as an example. Fans or stands of him. We can't. We've already established that shooting is okay. I've give you shooting, finishing. I said he excels at that. That's one. Give me the rest. I'm always balanced about it because I'll say when he plays well. On the ball, hit me. Because you said vision, but he can't pass. I think. Let me know if I'm wrong. So what we doing? Please tell me, Indiana. I'm lost. This is going to be good. No. Indiana, answer the question, please. Answer the question. You know what I'm saying? Like, answer the question. What does he excel at on the football? Shooting, I gave you. I've got the vision to live in a mansion. It don't mean I can afford it. That's brilliant, yo. That's good. Nah, S. Madison, we're not going to do that because all players miss chances. So I'm not going to use that against him because I do think he is a very good finisher. Not as highly as Indiana rates him, but I think he's a very good finisher. I don't think he excels at it, though. But I like the vision to live in a mansion. It don't mean I can afford it. I do like that. That's good. Oh, shit. Let me run through who won each category as well before we close out. That's what we're going to do. Before I carry on this conversation, before I close out. Where we are, Fave. All right, yeah, let me end this poll. Yeah, Pep won the poll. No, Gary O'Neill won the poll. But again, when man can't poke holes in your argument, it's just, you're not balanced. You have an agenda. Poke holes in what I'm saying. Flawless out of 10, what do you rate Bruno as a finisher? I said 7. I think he's 7. Yeah, because to the argument, it's 0.5 difference because that's what's the difference between excelling and not excelling. Because 8 out of 10 means you excel at something. If you're 6 to 7, that means you're above average good. That's what it is. Let me run through the rest of this anyway. So yeah, most unforgettable goal was... Who won most unforgettable goal, people? Shit. Who won it? Was it Isak? Was it Murphy? No, it was Alvarez. So Alvarez's goal against Fulham won most unforgettable goal. Most unpredicted result was Brighton 6, Wolves 0. Most unacceptable error was Lucas Moura with a landslide. Most under the cosh manager was... Who was most under? Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
Mikel Arteta. Most untouchable manager because of the super chat was Gary O'Neill, even though Pep won the poll. So yeah, big up to everyone who's locked into doing the most as well. Yeah, we're arguing 0. Yeah, we're arguing. No, I said 7.5, 7. Yeah, 7.5. I think he's just under exceptional. That's the point that I'm making. You're making my argument for me, Indiana. That's why I specifically say, what is it, 8 out of 10 or better at? Because if you're 8 out of 10 or better at something, that means you excel at that. You're exceptional or whatever superlative or verb you want to use. I don't think he's an exceptional finisher. I think he's very good. And again, see how you haven't answered my question. Answer all your questions. You ain't answered mine. What does man excel at on the ball? I've asked this now 6-7 times. Man can't say nothing. I give you shooting. I said that. I give you finishing. I said, cool. What else? Nothing. Like all Bruno fans say, or Bruno stands, which Indiana is not one of, say that. No. Yeah, my markers, 100%. So I'm using my markers. What other marker am I supposed to use? You know what I'm saying? What other marker am I supposed to use? That's the marker. If you're 8 out of 10 or better at certain, then you are in a smaller bracket. You're 8, 9, or 10. If you're 7 out of 10, that means you're above average. Because average is in the middle, which is 5. If you're 6, you're above average. If you're 7, you're good. If you're 8, great. 9, obviously, almost perfect. 10, perfect. We know this. Let's not change words. Flawless, who's an exceptional finisher to you? For example, what would you rate KDB or Pogba as finishers? I actually think Pogba, I didn't see Pogba finish enough. So I can't really tell you that. How often was he one-on-one with the goalkeeper? How often was he one-on-one with the goalkeeper? But when he was, I trusted him to score, but I didn't see it often enough. KDB seems to be, every time he's through on goal, I expect him to score. Every time he's through on goal, I expect him to score. But KDB is another one. Let me check KDB's numbers, actually. Because more often than not, he's shooting from outside the box. He's not one-on-one. Let me check. Let me check his numbers. Let me check. Hold up. Before we close out.
He doesn't really shoot, but when he normally does, it's always...
Yeah, man, that's what it is. I've not got enough of a big sample size with Kevin. I don't remember him running through on goal like that. That's why it's tough. Let me have a look at it. I'm just looking at his numbers. Yeah, because he got 15 last season. He got 13 before that. And then before that, outside of those 2 seasons for City, he's never really hit another, what's it called? He's never really, he's never hit double figures. Never hit double figures. Why are you asking others to measure by your markers? The agenda will always swing in your favor. No, because I don't have agenda. It's not an agenda on him. Because I asked you a simple question, Indiana, and that's why we're talking about everything else. What does that man excel at on the football? You can't name me any things because he don't excel at anything on the football. We know this. We know this. This ain't about favorites because I don't have favorites. Because Sancho's one of my favorite players. Victor, you stream with me all year long. Have you heard me criticize Sancho on numerous occasions?
Yeah, you have.
That's my point. Sancho's one of my favorite players at the football club, people. And I've sat on here and said Garnacho should be playing ahead of him. Is Sancho my favorite player at the club? Before the new signings, yes. Before, obviously, I've been a big fan of Martinez and Casemiro for obvious reasons, but Sancho's still top. Still top 3, top 5 for me. I'm saying, why should on the ball outweigh off the ball? It doesn't outweigh it, Indiana. It's both. I ask for both. I ask for both from all attacking players. Don't just give me off the ball. Don't just give me on the ball. Why I'm so critical of Harry Kane? Because Harry Kane, ironically, on the ball, fantastic. What are my issues with Harry Kane off the ball? Victor, what have you heard me say about Harry Kane off the ball? So, man, no, I'm not bullshitting. What's my major issue with Harry Kane? Or one of my issues?
He says not athletic enough. Like, it's not. It's about PMP. He doesn't have any like PMP.
And I'll
but everything else is good.
Athleticism is off the ball, correct?
Yeah.
Because I'm not the okay. So I've criticized Harry, who's miles better player than Bruno, by the way. So I want both. Thank you, Indiana. Thank you, Indiana, for proving my point. This is how I'm consistent on this. I criticize both. You know what I'm saying? Bruno off the ball is nowhere near the level Kane is on the ball, but I criticize both of those players. I criticize them both because they don't do enough of the other. And I look at other players and see what they do on the ball and do off the ball. HKM Music, big up for the super chat. You know this. You know this. I didn't realize De Bruyne's goal scoring numbers were so low, actually. He should be getting more than that. 100%. But we move. He should have more than 7 goals because he's better than that. But hey, we're about to win the Premier League, could win a treble. So who am I? Big up HKM for the super chat, says Bruno is trash. Won't go as far as he say he's trash. Wouldn't say all that. Wouldn't say he's trash. No, but here's why I break Bruno not elite. His vision, movement, work rate. He's the best in the league at making runs from deep, finishing. But again, I can be balanced. I'm balanced too because I agree with you in terms of off the ball, no complaints. 0 complaints of him off the ball. You'll never hear me criticize him for his off the ball. Ever. I think they're all his best attributes. So how am I not being balanced by criticizing him on the ball? Because you can't name what he's good at on the ball or what he excels at on the ball, because he don't. I don't want that in my team. I don't understand why that's difficult to comprehend. I'm lost as to why that's not. Bear in mind, Victor just told you, lot, and others who are regular here, I've criticized Harry Kane for when you asked me and said, oh, why does on the ball outweigh on the ball? Neither outweigh it. I want both. I'm greedy. Give it to me all. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Strong pause. What we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Like, what we doing? Yes, I can and I have. You have what? What have you done? Creating chances is on the ball trait? No. Both. Like Indiana pointed it out, which is true. Because making runs off the ball and stuff like that is definitely. I won't make up excuses or lie. I don't think you lie. I think you believe what you're saying. I just disagree. Because like I said, if he excelled at this, that on the ball, you would say, right, he excelled at this, that on the ball, but now you've changed it. And now it's why does on the ball outweigh off the ball? Why is it goalpost move for this guy? Why is it? Why are the goalposts move for him? We don't move these goalposts for any other. Actually, not we. I don't move the goalposts for any other player. I said verbatim. I was on Saeed's show and said, I don't want to have the come to Jesus talk about having to come to Jesus talk about Sancho, and I did, because he was he's still one of my favorite players. Victor will tell you, I've in the past, not recently because his performance ain't been good, gone at man, because these men are always crashing on him in the group chat. Cams, Ahmed, you know what I'm saying, consistently. And I've defended him, but not anymore. Big up HKM Music. Big up for the super chat. Says, how you supposed to be a great number 10, but his best attributes are off the ball? The guy is trash, ball spammer, can't dribble. Because people like Indiana want to defend him just because they like him, which is cool. I get it. He's in the United shirt. He gets goals and assists. He has good off the ball attributes. So I get why he does that, but I'm not with that. Oh, so never said it outweighs. I asked, why does it on the ball outweigh? Okay, and I responded to that and said it doesn't outweigh it. It's both. And you've heard me say that. Both are as equally as important as each other. Yeah, one sec. You on the same number? What you what? I don't even think I got your number still. Because this is going to be another 3-hour show. Yo, Victor, if you want to cut, you can, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I should might do. Because it's about United again.
Yeah. Love every time, man. Love every time.
Yeah, probably tomorrow for the stream.
Arsenal Chelsea. Yeah. Love.
Yeah,
Indiana, I'm going to hit you now, fam. Give me a sec. Hold up. Nah, I lost some of my numbers. Yeah. Give me a sec. Yeah, people strapping. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm going to say. Strapping. Hold up. Big up Victor. Every single time. Ryan. The whole 9. Hold up. Yeah, I sent you the link. Hey, big up. But yeah, healthy again. Yeah. This is not that good. He's just not. Question for Flawless. What were your thoughts on Dele Alli when he was in the great Spurs? When he was in the great Poch Spurs team? You know what my criticism of him was? He gives you goals and nothing else. That was my criticism of him. And lo and behold, his goals dried up. And where is he now? You can't just give one thing if you're going to be at the top level. Because, Prime, if I ask you about all Chelsea legends right now who helped you win things, all the attacking players, they were exceptional at multiple things. On the ball, off the ball. Drogba was good on the ball and he was good off the ball. You can debate. Hazard was good on the ball, was good off the ball. Zola was good on the ball, off the ball. I know you don't remember Zola, but use it. Robin was good on the ball, off the ball. There's levels to it, and in terms of it wasn't all the same, but they was both like, there's none of this. Why can you just be good at one but so terrible at the other? Yeah, Prime. And again, Dele Alli is someone I'm a fan of. I can be a fan of a player and criticize. Like, that's it. Like, that's what it is. Why did I let you out? You know what I'm saying? Like, just dip. If you don't like what I'm saying, bounce. It's really not difficult. Like, it's really not. Click the X button. You don't have to be here. No one's forcing you to be here and watch Sarcasm City TV and watch the content. Like, let's not do that. Yeah, Indiana, I've sent you the link, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, if you're faking the sleep, you're about to. Who's faking the sleep? Who me? Am I faking the sleep? Yeah, Indiana's in the building. Yes, family. What are you saying first and foremost?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, man.
I woke up, man. I woke up hungry. And then I checked out YouTube. I was like, Flawless is live. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, man. I just woke up hungry, man.
Yeah, it's calm, man. But yeah, man, good. Well, first and foremost, before we get into it, you need to get back to content creating anyway. But I know you're a family man and all that, so I know that's
Man,
tough.
it's just been. Do you know? It's been such a hectic year, man. It's been. I'll talk to you about it off air, and you'll be like, "Wow, that's the
yeah." Nah, I know you be busy in that. You know what I'm saying and stuff like that. Like I said, you're a family man first and foremost. So yeah.
Yeah. Of course, man. Of course. It's just.
But as we were saying with Bruno in regards to it, it's not a question of outweighing. I'm saying both because you keep my point.
I'm saying both.
Yeah, I'm saying both.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't understand where you've got. I'm like defending Bruno blindly, or
I wouldn't go as far as to say blindly. No, I wouldn't say
just the way you're saying it. Like I am. I think I'm pretty balanced actually. I'd go get me another number 10 who does more for me, and I'd sell him in a heartbeat. I've got no loyalty to any of these players, Flawless.
I hear that. I'm not saying sell him. I've said the reason why I referenced him to Park Ji-sung is because all his best attributes to me are off the ball, and he reminds me of Park Ji-sung in that sense. When we played Barcelona away in the first leg, I think he was our best attacker probably, and he did a job out wide right. Anytime we play, like when we play City, we playing City in the FA Cup final. I want to see Bruno play wide right because even though they don't have a fullback who bombs on now, but they did obviously when we played them earlier on in the season. I think he can come into the midfield and disrupt. I think he's a disruptor. I think he's a spoiler. Pardon me. I think there's a space for that within the team. I just don't think that space for that is within the first team playing as number 10. That's my biggest issue.
I think because he sees the pictures before everybody else, and I think that's what Ten Hag likes about him. And I think his vision is exceptional. Now, I don't mind him losing the ball so much. What I don't like is him losing the ball a lot now when we do not have a natural striker. We don't have one. I'm not hearing this Martial's one, Rashford's one. Like the only one we've got is Weghorst, and he's about 2 years too late in everything. Like I mean, like running everything. So my point here is if we can sustain attacks a little bit more, if we can recycle the ball a little bit more, if we have players that are intelligent enough to make those runs. Again, when it comes to creation, there's got to be an A and a B. It's not all on the ball. People got it in their head that it's creation is all about who makes the pass, the runs, someone who can occupy centre backs. From out wide as well. I think Garnacho, I think a Diallo coming in, by the way. I think he could be a surprise for us next season and change a lot for us in that kind of area. But it's also the fact it's not just the fact he's available all the time. It's his engine. It's what he does off the ball as well. But again, I would upgrade any one of these players, man.
Yeah,
this
I hear that.
Blind defense.
No, I hear that. And the thing is, you mentioned it there, engine. Cool. Off the ball. Again, I repeat, I have no issue with that man off the ball. You spoke about him losing the ball. My biggest issue with Bruno on the ball isn't him losing it when we're in final thirds. Yeah, I might get frustrated in the moment, and he's cut out a lot this season, but we still get it. Is him losing the ball in the middle third and in the defensive third. That's my big issue. Why are you doing that? If you cross when you should shoot or shoot when you should cross, I can kind of forgive that to an extent because you're in the final third. That's why I never ever talk about Bruno losing how many times he loses the ball in offensive areas. I talk specifically about him in the middle third and the defensive third in terms of decision making on the ball. And some of the time he just can't get away from people because of him on the ball. There was times, what game was it? I was doing the watch along. I can't remember the game. And he went to turn away from someone and he can't do it. He tried. The move was correct. He's just not agile. I'm like, how am I older than you and more agile than you? And you're a professional athlete. That shouldn't happen. That's my biggest issue.
I never, to be clear, I never defended that, by the way.
No, you know.
I never defended that.
Things can get misconstrued in the chat. Yeah. It's because it's the chat, so I don't know how you'll say it, and same way you don't. So it's calm. You know what I'm saying?
No. I know exactly where I am with Bruno. I just think that if we had a midfielder that could recycle the ball quicker and sustain attacks, then and you have a forward, you bring in a Harry Kane or anybody just with instincts in the box. We did this with Martial. We had this whole debate about Martial and how he's not instinctive enough, and yeah, I just think you get a bit more from Bruno. It's almost like you're wasted, right? Why would you have a creator? You've got an A with no B. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
I'm saying go get both the A and the B. Go get both is the point I'm making. That's my issue, because with Martial is whether you think he's good or not. My biggest issue with Martial, and I've stated this time, and especially this season, is availability. It's not a talent thing. I rate him as a player. I'm not saying he's not good, but you're not available, so it don't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter to me. That's why I've said I'd move him on.
I just think if you're going to play with a striker, get a striker. Martial's not one. I think we all know that. We all know that. You know what? Listen, he's our most talented forward. He should be off the left for me, running at players. His dribbling ability is incredible. Incredible. He's so skillful, can lose any player, quick, can fit. He finishes better off the left. For me, he should. I don't know why he's changed his game up like that. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me.
Because he can't, because he's just, like I said, he don't play enough. Like it isn't. HKM Music, I'm gonna get to your second super chat as well. First one, he said, is Bruno is up for sale now with City, PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, or Barcelona show any interest in him? HKN, you know the answer to that. I know the answer to that. We all know the answer to that. Which is why I'm so critical of him. And it's not just him, like I've said for the longest. I push the majority of these players off a cliff. Theoretically, people, not literally, because I don't think they're good enough. I've waxed lyrical about, like I stated, Eriksen, but I want to upgrade on Eriksen. As much as I can think a player is a good player, but I want to upgrade on him. And I think Eriksen is. Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw is another one who surprised me this season as a centre-back. But
yeah.
HKN, what midfield works better together? Casemiro, Pogba, Eriksen, or Casemiro, Bruno, Eriksen? I don't like either or. My biggest issue with Pogba is my biggest issue with Martial. Pogba can't stay fit. Super talented. I don't doubt him for a second, his talent. Pogba is out of this world, but how many games has he played for Juventus?
Yeah, I see. Here's the thing. I don't think either of those lineups are the right one. I think it would be Casemiro, Pogba, and Bruno. That lineup. Take Eriksen out of it. That's your lineup. I don't like either. There.
But first, I don't like either of the three. Because I don't like Pogba as, I suppose, is it a 6 and 2 8s? But even so, like I said, Pogba is not. He's not. You don't play. People like that's my biggest issue. He don't play, like, so that's why I'm like, if we're talking fully fit and at it, yes, but even when he was here, my biggest criticism of him when he was here for all of the circus that was spoken of, like surrounding him in regards to the conversation I said about Pogba all of the time, was he don't play enough. I think there was one season he played over 30 games in the league season, and I think it was the double winning season when we won the League Cup and the Europa League. I think. And it's kind of like, you don't, and now he's gone Juventus. And I was looking forward to seeing him at Juventus to see how he does. And he got injured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not robust enough for either of these leagues.
Yeah,
he's not anymore. I'm sorry, he's not.
You reckon it's that? I don't even know what his injury is, so I can't even comment.
He's constantly picking up injuries, and I don't think he can. I just don't think he can compete a full season in a physical league like that. Go to somewhere like PSG, where, for me, I think where you can showcase your talent and it can be managed a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like they do with Verratti. But
the crazy thing is that's a physical league as well. That's the maddest part. That's probably the club, from what I've seen. Again, people, this is limited knowledge. The League One is the closest to the Premier League in terms of the top leagues. They're the most physical. They're the quickest. They're the most.
I'd agree. It's more physical, but I think PSG, I think just because the team is so far ahead when you play certain teams in the league, a player like Pogba could just get a little bit more freedom and not have to do the donkey work, if you like, in terms of like running around and make the tackles and get involved in those challenges so much. But it's sad. It's sad. Really exceptionally talented, but
100%. That's the worst thing about it, is that we had this talent and never got the best out of him, and that's what reminds me of Sancho now. Not that I think Sancho's as good as Pogba, but I look at Sancho and go, I think you're going the same way, but for different reasons. I don't think it's a lack of ability or a lack of effort. It's the way the game's going. You kind of touched on it there. It's athletes' game. It's athletes. You know what I'm saying? It's pace. That's why I'm not with Kane. As much as I'm a fan of Harry Kane, I've said he's world class, and I don't want him here. I'm like talented, but I'm like, it's the athleticism. Go on.
I think Kane changes things up for us massively. Massively. I just the things he does off the ball
he's a
as
difference
well.
maker, 100%. Like, don't get me wrong.
100%.
Like, I won't be screwing if we sign him. I just think go get a different option. I just want a different profile. I won't be screwing if we signed him. But I think he's
what profile?
In terms of someone who does what he does, in terms of dropping deeps. Obviously, you want someone who scores goals and assists and others, but pace and power, man. I want someone athletic. I need a mover. I need someone who can also play on a counter attack and not just can drop off and play the pass, but also can run in behind, can also interchange. Say Rashford's playing left and they go out left and Rashford goes middle, or Anthony's on the right and Anthony goes in the middle and they down the right. Like, that's not Kane's game. It's not.
No, but Kane can drop deep, and with the young talent we've got, like in terms of wingers, like I'm a huge Garnacho and Diallo fan. I love them both, and I think if you bring in a Harry Kane at 30 years old with his experience, his ability to create his goal threat, with a Bruno as well, by the way. Imagine Kane coming deep. Bruno is one of the best in the league at making runs from deep. People don't like that, but it's facts.
No, he's a very. I will never dispute him as a third person runner. Never. Like I say, off the ball, calm. Third person runner is he's great. No disputing that. But again, it's both. Go get someone who does that in terms of all the off the ball stuff, and then bring someone who's on the ball as well.
Let's just work. I hear that. Let's just work what we got. My point here is you bring in a Kane, and then you can have the Rashfords running from the left, or the Garnachos, Diallo's coming in, Anthony's. The amount of options that the runners don't have to be down the middle, and in fact, runners from wide areas. We think about Bruno and or whoever plays in there with a Kane, drawing centre backs out, and then the wide players running into those spaces. That's it'd be deadly. It'd be deadly.
Kane would be a great foil. 100% gets goals and assists. Don't get me wrong. Like I've said to you in the chat, regulars will know this, world class. But I want someone who can do all the things you just said and also do the other stuff. Again, I'm being greedy. Yes, I'm nitpicking, but
who can do that?
Look at what it is. It's a question of going to find somebody like that. Because people would have said, no, I don't know anybody personally. There's no one of the profile I look at that can. Actually, I'm a fan. What am I talking about? I'm a fan of Ivan Toney. I've said go get Ivan Toney. But even if we don't go and get Ivan Toney, there's players out there. Same way we went and signed. Do you think his
finishing's up?
Yes, I think it's good enough, yes. Because I think we are going to create much more chances than Brentford. So the fact that we're going to create more chances than Brentford, he's played in a 2 at Brentford. He's played as a 1 at Brentford. Brentford are not solely reliant, but if he don't score, they could potentially get relegated. I like it. Is he a better player than Kane? Absolutely not. Do I think he's better for the team? Yes. Because I've seen him drop off, hold the ball up, do all that stuff. And plus, I want my striker dropping. So that's why I want us to get a new central midfielder. Go get an upgrade on Eriksen and so because Casemiro can pass. Go get someone else from a deeper position who can pass. If we have a better 10 who's better on the ball, they can also pass. So I'm all with it. So that's what it is. But yeah, personally for me, I've said Ivan Toney. But if someone's like, I don't want Ivan Toney, cool. Go get someone who fits that profile. There's players out there. Go get me a Martinez level striker. Because when we was looking for a centre back, nobody weren't talking about Lisandro Martinez. Now he's arguably one of the best centre backs in the Premier League, and arguably, and I'm saying arguably people for no one, so no one's not like, nah, he's not to get in the team of the season. So if there's a Martinez level centre back, there's a Martinez level striker, there's a Martinez level 10, there's a Martinez level central midfielder. All of these things. But it's a question of our scouting department, the recruitment, whoever signs off on the scouting department to go locate these, because nobody wasn't talking about Martinez. He's arguably been our best player this season. Arguably.
Just get me some balance first, Flawless. Forget about the levels of profiles. This is what I've been saying to you for years. It's been the biggest problem and why I just couldn't jump on this whole Ollie out. It made no sense to me. It was the whole balance in the squad. It wouldn't matter who the manager is. It wouldn't make a bloody difference. I'm telling you. The balance in this team has been so poor for so long. When you recruit over that many managers, it's ridiculous. It's crazy, especially when you look at the recruitment with the amount of money spent and the wages there. So forget about the level of the profile. Get the right profiles for that manager first. Build with that. Yeah. That's what I need to see first. Go get me a top striker, yes. But does it have
100%.
to be a world-class midfielder in there? No, it doesn't. I don't think we have to go and get the best of the best in terms of that profile in midfield. I don't think we do.
I think we should get the best of the best everywhere. Why is that not the aim?
No, I think it should. I think it should be. I think it should be the aim. I think it should be the aim, but I don't think it's always possible.
The reason why I disagree is because like I've stated it many times before. Manchester, there's literally hundreds of thousands of footballers playing football across the globe. Manchester United have the resources to watch any player in any league across the globe. So that's not just England, not just the UK. You have the entire Europe. You can go to Africa. You have the Caribbean. You have Asia. You have all of these things. And like I said, we found Martinez. Martinez is of that level. Martinez cost not a lot. I don't even know how much. That's how good Martinez is. Nobody brings up his price. I have no idea how much he cost.
That just means he was less than 80 mil.
Yeah, yeah, facts. I never heard of him until we signed him. Bear in mind, he was plan B because we was going in for Timber. Go get me a Mart. I'm asking for 4 players. I'm asking, well, adding the goalkeeper, but outfield, I'm asking for 3 players again. This is just personally what I want. This is not necessarily what Ten Hag might look at it and go, nah, I can work with these. But we should go we should be able to, the aim should be to improve on everyone. If you're not good enough to go and compete and win a Premier League title in the first team, which I think the majority of our squad is not, I put Martinez, Varane, Casemiro, and Rashford in that. They're the 4. They're the only 4 players I think we currently have in our squad right now who are first team level to go and compete and win the Premier League and Champions League.
Yeah, I disagree.
Go on, who else do you think there's more? Go on, and who do you think outside?
No, I think
do you agree with them?
No, I just disagree with some of them. Rashford for me is the level from the bench. That's where I see Manchester United in the future.
Okay, that's
the level that comes from and I don't mean he's a bench player. I mean in terms of he's our level of squad depth, whether it be plays off the right, left, forward, cup games, whatever it may be. I need a little bit more.
That's fair.
That's where I am.
Okay, so you saying 3, I'm saying 4. Point is, our overall point remains is we're saying wholesale. So I'm like, all right, it's going to be very tough, new owners or not, to go and get all players of that caliber. All right, work on the spine then. That's the most important part of the team. Because I've seen other teams where their side pieces, so their fullbacks, wingers, even one of their central midfielders might not, no, actually, fullbacks and wingers, where it might not be the best, but because the spine of their team is that good, it's like, okay, and I include the goalkeeper in that as well, because I want a new goalkeeper. Said this. So that's why I've said goalkeeper. Martinez, Varane, fine, no issues with them. Casemiro, cool. We need someone next to him. Go get me a 10 and go get me a 9 of that level. Like, definitely without that. Whether it's players I want
to upgrade on Varane as well.
If
we have to upgrade on Varane as well, we can't stay fit.
Well, you know what? This season, I defended him. He stayed fit this season. I was that was my biggest concern and my biggest question of him at the start of this season, this current season. I said, can you stay fit? And he's played, I said, give me 32, 33 games. And I think he's closing in on that. Because a couple of the games he hasn't played, he got arrested for like the Leeds game and the Leicester game before the Barcelona ties. So I give him a blind. He got injured against City. He's injured now. That's it. So I give him a blind. HKN, big up for the super chat, says Ramos, Ivan Toney, Kolo Muani are all better options than Kane. Ten Hag wants his 9s to press. Kane's body will break in half through the season. He barely runs at Spurs. It's not a question. Again, my issue with Kane isn't the off the ball stuff in terms of pressing. I'm saying when we're on the ball, because I think you can press intelligently. That's what it is.
Agreed.
But,
and also Harry Kane. By the way, but this, I know he's not saying this, but. It's just the point you made. The body will break. People really need to stop saying about Harry Kane and injury record. Do you know how many games that guy plays? Do you know how many minutes that guy plays across 4 competitions? He is like he's 30 years old. He's in his prime. He's robust. He's always available. He's one of the best all-rounders as a striker in terms of his ability to finish, his vision, the way he drops deep, creates space, occupies defenders. I think, and here's where I am with Manchester United, is that we have a Varane, a Casemiro, a Bruno, and Eriksen. All these players are around the 30 mark, right? So if you don't start buying players to win now, you're just going to end up chasing your tail. If you go for a 5-year plan, you're going to have to start buying young and buying a lot. Just build me a team, man. Build me a balanced team. It's been so long.
Agreed.
It's
Agreed.
been like 11, 12 years.
Too damn long. I agree with that. It has been, but that's one thing for all the imbalances. That's why I rate what Ten Hag has done so far this season. Because I look at the imbalances in the team, and that's why when people say, "Oh, he's not overachieved," he exceeded all my expectations. I did not expect us to be of the level we're at currently. Is that level where I want us to be? No, but we're at a higher level than that. If someone would have said you'll get to 2 domestic cup finals, you'll be in the top 4 comfortably, you'll win one of them cup finals, I'd have been like, nah, not a chance.
Do you understand? Do you understand where I struggle with the Ollie thing then? So we can add Martinez, who you'll turn around and say is one of the best in the league. Agreed, by the way. Incredible talent. Anthony's come in. I think he's done a pretty good job, especially lately.
Agreed.
Casemiro, one of the world-class player, one of the best in the league. A much better coach in terms of Ten Hag. His pedigree is higher. We can see that, which is why. So if you add all that talent in there, and the ability to get more out of players, individuals that we've seen, then surely we can agree that with a lesser squad, a weaker squad, Ollie overachieved to get second.
No, the reason why I don't overachieve because I don't look at it in the league and say, "Oh, he overachieved," because context.
But the league
don't lie. But I'm looking at it in terms of it's not the reason why I'm crediting Ten Hag so much. It's not the league position. If we finish 3rd or 4th, yes, that's superseded my expectations. But I'm looking at trophies. What can we win? I said from the start of the season, I'm still living about it now. We should have won. We're out of the Europa League. We should have won that this year. Players I deem not good enough. You know what I'm saying? I've said verbatim these players are not good enough. But one thing I do believe is this team, alongside this manager, are good enough to win that. And we should still. The fact we're out of that competition is a complete liberty because we were the best team left in the competition.
But you have to understand. And here's the thing: like, don't get me wrong. Like, this isn't me defending Ollie because I think he's a good manager. That's not the point. I think actually, I don't actually think he would have done that well at any other club. I think if he goes to a Chelsea or a Liverpool, I don't think he does that well at any other club. But here's where I can be balanced and I can turn around and say the squad was so much weaker, and we got to the Europa League final, a trophy that we're now saying with all those upgrades and a better manager, we should be winning.
Yeah, 100%.
And you finish second in the league. The league is the only true test of how good your team is. No, if you finish second, it's because you're the second best in the league.
Team, yeah.
But knockout football is not flawless, man. We've seen a terrible Chelsea side win the Champions League.
We have seen that, but we've seen some. But that's a one.
Knockout football. Knockout football.
Knockout football is knockout football. But more often than not, how many weak sides win the Champions League? There's that Chelsea side who won it. There's the Liverpool side that won it.
But that's knockout football.
No. But since its inception, that's it. That's it. Even the Porto side that won it had one of the best managers of all time at that moment in his that was the start of his prime years. Bear in mind they won the UEFA Cup Europa League before that. So that's why I look at it and go, we should have won it under Ollie. We should have won it under Ten Hag. Both of those two failed there. We should have won that team that Ollie had, as bad as it was at being imbalanced and players injured. He should have won an FA Cup or League Cup. If he would have won the Europa League, I'd have been like, fair enough. Hats off to you. You shocked me. Because at that point, I didn't go into that with confidence. I was more so relying on the players, whereas now, not only do I look at the players and say, all right, we have players who can do certain things in terms of I trust the manager to make changes. So that's why I'm so critical of him, because I'm not saying you should have won the Premier League or champs. I'm not saying that. That's not where I'm at with it. But Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup. Manchester United invest enough all the time to go and compete for the 2nd and 3rd tier trophies. And ironically, that's my biggest criticism of Harry Kane.
You can go out and spend 18 million on Maguire up front if you want, which was the target for the manager previously. You can go out and the manager can want Jack Grealish and the deal can be done with the agent, and then all of a sudden Woodward can go off and sign you Donny van de Beek, which is wild. You can go out and say, okay, I want Kieran Trippier as a right back, so massive improvement, and we need more creativity. And then you can just go to Gary Lineker's house and sign Cristiano Ronaldo when you don't want him. The manager doesn't want him. You can do all those things, and that's it. But that's exactly why the Ollie out was wasted energy. That's it, right there. Made no sense. No, it made no sense. No, do you know what made no sense? Because you just said that's true, that's facts, which means to say you agree. You agreed that he wasn't the problem because he wasn't making those signings.
No, I
Makes no
agree.
sense. There's no
No, I
balanced team. We've been
no,
through
I
this.
I agree. No. I agree that he wasn't the sole problem. But once you
Mhm.
get those pieces that you don't want, you do better with those pieces than that you have. You do better with those pieces. Or
We
you do
see
better
we
with,
see we see
like,
managers being sacked all the time
yeah.
for not making top four after they get their signings
Mhm,
or a load
mhm.
of money spent. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
people. I'm not sure whether you were one of them, but rated Graham Potter very highly, and I didn't never
People
really
did.
understood. Never really
Because people
understood.
didn't watch him. That's why people didn't watch Brighton outside of them playing top teams. Because his
Yeah,
record
yeah.
at Chelsea was pretty
I think
similar to his at Brighton at times.
I think he's exceptional at that level. The same as I'd
Yeah,
rate Sam Allardyce at the bottom of the league for saving the team. Exceptional at that level.
yeah.
You know, everyone's got their skill set, right?
Facts, agreed.
And that's but a lot of money spent there. A lot of money spent, and
But it's
it's
about getting.
a bit.
The reason why I'm critical. It's about getting the most out of what you had. There's no way Ten Hag in January went to the owners or whoever's cutting the deal
Mm.
and went, "Bring me Sabitzer and Weghorst." Not a
No, of
chance.
course not. Of course not.
But
But
we seen him get Weghorst, we seen him get Sabitzer, and we
Mhm.
seen him utilize what we've had. Have we fell short in areas because eventually quality?
But I think
will
we all understand the January window. That's the reason, you know, for loans and what have we all.
Yeah. But my point is,
But
even I'm guaranteed. I'm guessing he went with a list and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get this. He never was like, "Yo, bring me Vegas," but he's utilizing. All
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
is,
I disagree.
I'm just guessing. I'm just utilizing to my. I don't think he went and said, "Get me Vegas." No,
I
I
disagree.
don't think he did. You think
No,
he said, "Go get me Vegas"?
no, I think Ten Hag is actually a madman, and no, I'm serious. I think he's.
Go on.
Have you seen some of the subs he's made? Some of the stuff he's done is wild. But no, I think
I get
he's a
them wild
madman,
subs, but carry
and
on. That's a different conversation. Go on.
I think he's gone with pressing and retaining the ball a little bit more. And I think he thought he could get a little bit more out of Veghorst than what he has. But even when he's had the option sometimes to start Rashford through the middle and be a bit more direct, he's started Veghorst. And even in those games where Martial might be fit to do like 30-40 minutes instead of starting him in games, he likes to drop him in at the end, and that's cool. I'm okay with that. But I actually think he likes him.
No, I don't think. No. I don't get me wrong. I think he likes him, of course, because he's going to give you certain things. But put it this way, I don't think we'll sign him in the summer. I don't think Ten Hag's going to be banging down the door and saying,
No.
yes. I could see us more so signing the Sabitzer in the summer, even though that's not guaranteed. And that's my overall point: is utilize to the fullest what you have, or just utilize it better. I see. Even when it goes wrong, I can see a clear plan, and Ten Hag and what he's attempting to do at times is my point. That's what I'm saying. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, a prime example. I wanted him gone. I'll just use me as an example. I know others did. I wanted him. No chance. Now
Same.
I'm sat here saying I've seen him improve, not only defensively, one-on-one defended file, no disputing about that, but just like balls over the top, back post defending, all that type of stuff. I've seen him improve massive, and I've seen him improve on the ball because of the system. I've seen him take Luke Shaw, a player that I'm not a fan of from left back, play him at centre back in the back four. I'm watching the game thinking, what's going on? How is Luke Shaw left-sided centre back? And it's
I agree. He's improved individuals massively.
and that's all I'm asking for is if your coach improve individual. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not improved from
but we can
poor to world class, but he's just made all I'm asking for is improvements, and he's won a trophy. Because if don't get me wrong, Ten Hag doesn't win that Carabao Cup, I have doubts. I have more doubts about him, and I'm being much more critical. But because he's won that, I'm like, okay, same way with the FA. Everything else now is just a bonus. We've had a successful season. It's just a question of how successful. And now will you be backed in the summer to do what you need to do? Oh yeah, go on.
I think every manager apart from Ragnick has improved players. To be honest, certain players, whether it's one or two, I think that's happened. I just like with Ten Hag that he's improved nearly every one of them. I don't think any player's got weaker under Ten Hag, which is something new, something I like about him.
That's it right there is what I'm talking about. Is he's improving players. I thought lost cause. Wan-Bissaka, no prayer. Sure, no time for you in the squad. And I'm like,
no,
sure, I centre back.
I think there's definitely a player. There's definitely a player in Luke Shaw only, but you have to play a certain way with him. And actually, I think you've got to keep him interested in playing football. I'll be honest with you.
Which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And
which is
it's
mad,
crazy.
which is mad. But Wan-Bissaka, I had no hopes for him, and
Zero.
yeah, he was ready to leave. By the way, he had his
Yes.
bags packed. He was ready to go. So,
and that's what it is. HKM, big up for the super chat. Alhambra, I get to yours as well. I know you lot. This is just Sarcasm City TV in a nutshell. You never know who's, like I say, people, it's like the Royal Rumble. You never know whose music's going to hit and who's going to come running down the ramp. HKM said Ollie had a huge part in why players like Martial and Pogba are so injury prone. It's both. I put it on the player, I put it on the manager, and I put it on the medical stuff. That's a mix. If I'm a professional athlete and my body is what helps me play, I am not playing if I'm not right, and I know I could aggravate it further to the point where it costs me further down the line. Occasional game, cool. If we're in a semi-final and I need a pain-killing injection, that makes sense. If I'm in a final, if we're fighting to win the league or fighting, you know what I'm saying, to stay in the Premier League, occasions it makes sense. It's the second leg of a quarterfinal in the Champions League, and I'm needed. Cool, I'll do that. But just a regular.
We really have to stop making excuses for these players, man.
Yeah, it's a mix.
Do you know why? It's not just that. They've got their own medical team. They've got their own dietitians on top of everyone else. So, and ultimately, it's their decision. And if they come to the manager and they say, "Look, I'm fit to play. I'm going to need an injection," they speak to the medical staff. The medical staff are like, "This is how fit this guy is, and he can do this for you, and we can manage his time." The manager's going to play them. This is the thing. The managers aren't medical staff themselves. They go on what they're told. Yeah. So the athlete, as you say, has to make that decision, right? They have to make that decision.
It's on like I said, it's on them, it's on the team medical staff, it's on their medical staff. And where I then pinpoint on the manager is when you can visibly see it. If you can visibly see somebody's not right, they're limping, their running's not right. I'm like, they're holding it and they're telling you I'm okay. Then you have to be it's a mix. It's never just one. This is why I blame everybody collectively, because that shouldn't happen at Manchester United Football Club. That shouldn't happen at Saudi League.
But
never mind Manchester United Football Club. That shouldn't happen. I'm sorry.
It's happened for years. Players have played football with broken toes and pulled calf muscles and injections and that's always happened in football.
Yeah, it's a
do you know the only time people care about it is when you're not winning trophies. That's the problem. If this was happening with players at Manchester City, nobody would care.
Facts.
Because winning excuses, man.
Winning shuts up 99.9% of people. I say this all the time. This is why when I'm critical of players and people defend him, I'm saying if he performs well, I shut up. Well. Luke Shaw, when he's played centre back, has performed well. This is why you'll never hear me all season criticize Luke Shaw when he's played at left-sided centre back. My biggest issue with him is when he's actually played at fullback. I think there's been his worst games, but there's never been a point at centre back I go, yo, Shaw was horrible today. I actually think he's been good. I think he's been our third best centre back all season long. Like, I want him to stay in that capacity as backup to Martinez. Big up Alhambra for the super chat as well. Says, hold tight, my boy. N. Nesri played inspired and dragged Sevilla out of the relegation zone. Changed the game in the second half, first leg when sub done. That's where you lost. We did lose, but not because Sevilla were good, Alhambra. It's because we was awful. That's why I say we was awful. We just kept giving the ball up to Sevilla and giving the ball up and giving the ball away. And the watch along still on here. When we're 2-0 up, I'm saying, this is horrific. This is not, our performance is not good. We were like, well, we were winning 2-0, and just because you're winning don't mean you're playing well. And eventually poor performances catch up with you. And it happened in that game. And it happened in the second leg. And it happened against Liverpool and against City and almost against Brighton. It happened against Newcastle in the away game. Like, there's so many games that's happened where eventually poor performances catch up with you. And if we play like that against Brighton on Thursday, we'll get battered. We'll get battered if we play poorly.
Yeah, because
we play well, we will.
They've got better as well, Brighton, this season. They've improved massively.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Large up everyone that's locked, though. Alhambra, big up for the super chat. Continue to bump up the likes. Over 60 of you in the building. We are going to close out very shortly. I will be doing the Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns at 3 a.m., people. I was supposed to do Celtics 76ers, but this show ran over. But I will bring you Nuggets Suns, people, definitely 100%. I want to see that game too, without doubt. But yeah, it's a mix of things, 100%. But like I said, I like what Ten Hag's doing, but I'm just not with these players at all. I'm just not. The vast majority, not all of them to be sold. I'm saying the squad players, the most. Most.
with
And then
you.
if some are sold, I'm not going to argue to keep any squad player. No,
I'm
we'll
not
argue with
gonna. I'm
anyone
not gonna argue to keep anyone.
to keep any squad player.
I'm not
Now, I'll
gonna
argue
argue
to keep Martinez.
No,
I'll argue to keep Martinez. I'll argue to keep Martinez.
But even then, if you turn around and told me that a better centre back came in, whoever that might be.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'd be like, yeah, cool. My point is, I'll upgrade on anyone.
Yeah, of course.
This team,
it's always upgrades.
This team and this club haven't shown me enough yet. I've been waiting 13, 14 years now for to watch football. Forget the last title. I watched Sir Alex Ferguson scrape that one. I know exactly what he was doing. I watched it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah,
we know.
You might as well have been putting the ball in the back of the net himself. That's like puppet mastered the whole thing. He really did.
Nah, it was mad what he did. 110%. What Sir Alex Ferguson did, incredible, and that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, that's why I'm saying it's all about upgrades for me with this, because I doubt we have a manager. I'm like, actually, for the first time in a long time, genuinely believe in the manager. Like I believed in Mourinho like second season, but then that quickly disappeared. You know what I'm saying? That quickly disappeared. Oli, I believed in initially, well, interim should I say, but then that quickly disappeared. Van Gaal was just wasn't enough.
The minute,
you know what I'm saying?
we signed Pogba without a decent midfielder next to him, I knew it was game. Like I honestly, because I watched Juventus, I watched Pogba at Juventus. I'm a big, massive fan. Like I was watching him with Marquisio and Pirlo, and Vidal would come in, and Higuain and Tevez, and just like Bonucci and Chiellini behind, and I know Pogba's game. I'm watching what Pogba's doing. And then you're asking him to play deeper. You're asking him to battle in the Premier League. Stupid.
It's nonsense.
And I just knew then from the minute we had him and Matic, I was like, nah, Matic ain't the guy. He's just not the guy going forward. And although they did pretty well the first season, it was just I've told you before, I was glued to Sky Sports. I was like, who's the DM coming in? Who's the DM coming in? I thought Matic was our squad player.
Fuck Chris Young. I like Matic at Chelsea, and I liked him when we got him, but it's a question of improvement. But that was more so my belief again in Mourinho at that time. But I was a fan of Mourinho and didn't realize that he was no longer it until he got here. And then obviously what played out. And it's like, yeah, Mourinho, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's not, well, it's all about improvement. But yeah, again, subs, that's why I don't even criticize Ten Hag too heavily about substitutions. I look at the bench and go, who?
Yeah,
but I keep saying to people,
you can also turn around and say, like, I genuinely believe what Mourinho said, by the way. Finishing second is one of his greatest achievements with that squad. I genuinely believe he means that. No, when I look at that squad and when I look at him, do you know what it is?
Troll, man.
I'm serious because of the players he wanted.
Yeah, because he didn't get the players he wanted, but like...
How many times you had to look at that list that Van Gaal wanted? Come on.
Yeah. Like the list is all well and good. I'm just laughing at Mourinho, who's done some of the greatest things in football ever. You know what I'm saying? And he says that's what it's like. Yo, I've cut the shit out. I've watched you beat Pep to a league title and score the most goals in the league of history. I've watched you win 2 trebles, one at Porto, one at Inter Milan. Like, stop. I'm saying I've watched you win the Premier League title and concede. I mean, they conceded 9 open play. I think it was like double figure, but it was like 9 open play goals they conceded the entire season. Like, I'm just like, yeah, Mourinho. I know what Mourinho was like. Yeah, good achievement and all, blah blah blah. Like, cut the shit. I've watched you, man. It's documented.
No, I don't think he's talking shit. I think he found the job very difficult.
No, I think he found it difficult. Yes, I don't do that, but yeah. Again, yeah, that's the best way to put it. I put it as tongue in cheek. That's what I think it is. I think it was a tongue in cheek.
I think he's serious. I think he's talking about the footballing side being toxic, the changing room being a problem, him falling out with players, whether that's his doing or what have you. No harmony there, not getting the signings that he wanted. And I think it was actually. I think he had to work really hard to get that second place finish. I genuinely think that.
I think he did have to work hard for it. Like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, well, we'll never know on that one. But you lot only at 42 likes. Bump up the likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I know these certain shows been getting longer. Obviously, doing the most the Q&A because we did the whole Harry Kane debate yesterday. that was, we're going to keep the content rolling on the channel. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule on the Twitch. We're live in just over an hour on the Twitch for that. Like I said, Denver Nuggets, Phoenix Suns game 2. You know what I'm saying? Western Conference semifinals. So I'm really looking forward to that. Someone in the chat, let me know actually the Celtics 7-6 score as well, please. But yeah, Bulajo Prime, I see you in the chat as well. Obviously, you're a Chelsea fan, so you know all about Mourinho and things that he said. But it's all like I stated, man. It's all about improvements. This is why I'm so critical of these players. This is why 83, 79, 76 is blessed times to shine. Appreciate it. But this is what it is. And that's why. But I think we pretty much covered everything anyway. I think that was pretty much it. In regards to it. And it is, like I said, it's not you. I'm just used to. That's why I didn't call you a stan. I've dealt with Bruno stans in the chat. Like, and it's just like, yeah, you just can't see anything. Just can't, like, don't hear anything. That's why I ask the questions all the time about him on the ball. Like I stated at the very start, off the ball, no complaints. Off the ball, no. And when he plays well, I praise him for playing well. Like, I think he played very well against Villa. I thought he was very, like, if he plays well, I praise that man and say, yo, he played well. There's other games where he's played well, but he's just not consistent enough in terms of his performances.
100%. No, I agree. I agree with that. I just think there are. He has certain attributes that the manager just loves, and
yeah, that's cool.
And most of it is off the ball, because I think your vision and reading the game and seeing a pass before you even receive the ball is very underrated. Your ability to do that is very underrated. It just depends how you see football, right? There'll be a lot of people out there, probably I would say 70, maybe 80%, that will always rate Kevin De Bruyne as Man City's best midfielder. For me, it would always be David Silva.
Yeah, he's just, I think it's David Silva.
A more intelligent footballer. But he did all the work that people don't really see. They're not paying attention to. He's a bit like Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes got underrated for that.
Two players who are great on the ball and two players that were magnificent off the ball.
Yeah, facts. Well. I'm not comparing Bruno to them.
I know you're not. I'm just using that point as like that's the levels where obviously you're not just gonna go get a Scholes or David Silva, but that should be all I'm saying is the aim should be there. And if you fall short, you fall short. The aim should be there. The aim should be a Casemiro. The aim should be Martinez. And when I say that, people, I'm talking about again in terms of levels.
Casemiro's been poor the last few games, by the way.
Yeah, he has been. I thought he was decent against he was good in the Villa game. I thought it was overall, but he needs to step up the levels, especially
balance, man. I'm telling you, bringing in a decent striker and a centre midfielder will change a lot for a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely, agreed. Because we see the difference that Casemiro's made on this team. Massive. But yo, we gonna close out. Love to everyone that's locked in. Indiana, anything else you want to add? Let them know where they can find you if you want, or anything like that.
Nah, not at this time, man.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. It's all good. All right, but love to everyone that's locked in. Like I said, don't forget we're live on the Twitch, people. We're live on the Twitch. I'm going to redirect you lot, though, to the Manchester United show tomorrow, people. So all I need you lot to do is when the stream ends, is just go over there, hit the like button, and close it off. And then hope to see all you lot on the Twitch, people. Hope to see you lot all on the Twitch for that Nuggets Suns game, people. And just over an hour. But this has been Doing the Most live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.